that sports encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you all. God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Rich. You got the belt around you.
Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB Show.
What up? We are in the building. It is Talk That Talk Tuesday. We got a lot to discuss and talk. I will talk back. This show is powered by BetUS. Head on over there today. Use my promo code CoachJB. Get you a 150% bonus up to $2,000 deposit. So a lot going on. Friday starts the college football playoff. You can get all things betting on BetUS today. Let's dive into it. We got a lot to discuss here, and you see the thumbnail, man. The thumbnail is quite telling as we entered the portal era, and we've got over 4,000, I believe 4,000 kids in the portal as we speak right now. The portal has become an epidemic. It is what it is, but we're gonna dive into it with Big Smitty here in a second. So. It is what it is, man. The portal's a rough one, and I'm kind of tired of it. But I want Smitty to come in and discuss it when we get him in here. This is Doc Talk Tuesday, Bama legend T. Rich Tuesday, and of course our main man Korean Cosell, Steve Kim Tuesday, as they'll all be joining us. But we got a special guest joining us today, a transfer portal quarterback himself. Will be joining us here in the first hour. So we're going to ask, I'm asking some real questions, man, about the portal and everything else. So we will have a real transfer portal quarterback coming on the show with us live here this morning. Smitty and I will ask him the realest questions that anybody will ask any transfer portal player. You best believe that. So pound that like, subscribe, become a member, and let's dive into it. But before we begin, my main man, the Far East Sider 317, LeBron Hairline having, Fox on, Caitlin Clark jocking, loving and swinging, AR5 defending, my main man, Big Smitty. Welcome him in.
What's going on, y'all? I got my music back. Shout out to Betty for the music. What's going on, y'all? We live here, man. What is 6:07 a.m. on a Pacific time? JB got the all black on, so you know what time I said he on. He ready to kill. So I'm ready for it.
My lounge is cold, so I got to turn on I got to turn on my little heater at night.
Ooh.
Warm the room up in the morning, you know what I mean?
I hear you. But you got a hoodie on, you good, you can handle it. And you white too. White people like y'all thrive in the cold. Y'all thrive. We
don't get cold. That's why we'll always survive brothers
in the cold.
Period. Because you're ready. You mentally you'll give up. We'll just keep fighting. We'll pull dog, eat dog. You know what I mean? We'll do whatever.
Nah, we'll eat a dog too if we got to. Like we'll eat whatever. We'll kill. Yeah, if it's survival,
We'll eat a dog.
If it's survival, homie, and it's me or the dog, we'll tear a dog up if we got to. We'll do what we got to do. Yeah, for sure.
How would you eat the dog?
What you mean? How we eat it?
How would you eat it?
You got to cut the head off, cut the leg, cut off all the limbs, shed it, clean it, gut it, and then cook it on some wood. Like we know how to look. One thing about brothers and sisters, we know how to survive, homie. So don't get that twisted. I'm just saying, in the cold, that's y'all home base. We're used to the hot, being outside, it's hot and sweaty, all that. Y'all used to be in a freezing cold temperature. That's all I'm saying, homie.
Read the chat because I don't know it.
Right, and not me either, homie.
I don't give a fuck either.
Right.
That'd be the last game we ever get on.
I don't even want to on this motherfucker no more.
It might be the last time we ever have a cat on here. We got a lot going on today, Smitty. I'm going to dive right into it, though. The portal has become an epidemic, and nobody wants to say it. It is teaching all the wrong things to our future fathers, husbands, and leaders. Yet we just sit back and laugh, giggle, and retweet it when we see kids ruin their future as men. It is okay. I will say it. Nobody else will. I'm going to be the guy. This is not how we raise boys and expect them to just become men when they get to a certain age. This isn't how you do it. The transfer portal has some good parts of it, Smitty. It's increased the mobility of college athletes. Up until 2018, athletes were not allowed to transfer schools without redshirting and entire competition. They had to forfeit that year. The portal allows athletes to take control of their careers, which I don't know if it's good or not. I think it's actually good and bad. The portal actually allows athletes to take control of their careers, but also puts their future in another man's hands that they have yet to experience. And that's the problem. Now, the bad, Smitty, it is true the transfer portal has increased athlete mobility, but it also has decreased a college coach's fidelity. And one of the most basic level teaching habits that coaches go through now is becoming in high school recruiting. It's killed high school recruiting, this portal, and it's imploding JUCO. And that means the coach is constantly in a state of appealing to an athlete, almost like they are the recruit themselves. And retention is at an all-time high, Smitty. You have to retain your current roster because they will also enter the portal. Now, the ugly part of this thing is there's an ugly part of this thing. And I know although all you guys think athletes have an abundance of control to choose what they think is best for their career, they have the freedom to choose it incorrectly as well. And that's the ugly part. And new NCAA legislation allows college coaches to take back scholarships for any athlete who enters the portal going into the next semester. So I just don't understand the whole thing, Smitty. It's too much to discuss here, but we're going to have a lot of people on to talk about it today, as the thumbnail says here. But let's dive right into the quote of the day and jump this party off the right way. Smitty, this brought to you by this show and quote of the day by BetUS.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you head on over to BetUS. I've been winning on BetUS, Smitty. I love it. You can get 150% bonus using our promo code CoachJB. And make sure you get your college football playoff picks in today. Go get you a parlay. Go get you a parlay in for Friday and Saturday. And then put your parlay in for Sunday, NFL. And you got Saturday NFL games. I think the Chiefs play 3 games in 9 days?
Yeah, it's like 3 games in 15 days, something crazy like that.
Mahomes is hot about it. Mahomes is hot about it. Mahomes, come on, homie. You get all the benefit in the world already. You're already being saved by all the refs. Calm down. He's hot now because he got an injury. So I think that's going to be a major factor. Does he miss a game or two?
He might, and the Bills might pass him up.
Yeah, because they got to win 2 out of 3.
And their schedule ain't easy either. The Bills' schedule is easy.
You're saying 2 out of 3 for a team that only has 1 loss. And they got to win 2 out of 3. Like, they got to win out, and they got 1 loss.
Right. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Quote of the day, Smitty. Stupid is knowing the truth, seeing the truth, but still believing the lies.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's a line like that in the Bible. They say it differently, but it's basically the same thing. Like, it's like a person who knows the truth and decides to do something else, or decides to believe something else is actually worse than the ignorant person who don't know the truth.
Yeah, they call him a fool. It's called a fool in the Bible. They call it a fool, which is the worst word you can possibly use in the Bible. Fool. The word fool. You guys should go look that up. That is absolutely the worst word that is supposed to be used in the Bible. Fool.
I'm gonna start calling you a fool now.
I stay away from saying it. You never hear me say it because of the Bible, because I'm a God-fearing man like you say you are, but you're not, because you just say you're going to call me a fool on this show every day. So now you're not a God-fearing. You're fake, and you've been lying this whole time. So sorry, chat. He's been duping you. He's not a Bible-fearing guy, a God-fearing guy. So Smitty's been lying to you. JB really is the guy.
JB
so
don't even pray, y'all.
I'm really the good guy.
JB don't even pray. JB ain't prayed in years.
I pray. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there. Use my promo code CoachJB, and you can get you some DFS. Man, I missed yesterday. Caleb Williams, fuck me, and so did Sam Darnold. So, hey, I got 3 of them right, but damn, Cam, I should have known. The Bears are horrific.
Yeah, I don't know why you bet on anything on the Bears. I don't know why you did that.
Yeah, you like them. You like Caleb Williams. I didn't bet the Bears. I bet it was a DFS pick that we did when you left the show, our betting segment. But contrary to belief, the truth shall set you free, Smitty, but only after pissing you off. The truth shall set you free. That's right. They should set you free. The truth will, but it also going to piss you off. And that's, you know how we've been. Smitty, you know you get like that. Like, fuck, man. And then later on, you cool down. You're like, damn, that motherfucker was right, though.
Yeah, you're right. 100%, man. Like you said, hey, the truth ain't gonna feel good, you know what I'm saying? But it's the truth. So hey, take it or leave it. It is what it is. So.
We're on the other channel, so make sure you click on that and subscribe, but you view it here because we got the other channel popping just in case. That's our other channel. We're gonna do some private content on there. I uploaded a Paloma recipe on there this morning. Shout out to Paris. She did a cool little short for me on a little Paloma.
Yeah, I saw that. It was hard.
And then you saw the food one, but the Paloma one I'm gonna drop on social media today.
The food one looked dope too, though. I like the food when the transition to the sound, all that.
You're doing good. Good.
And I know somebody else. We were talking about the word truth, and I know somebody who always brings the truth every single week.
Spell truth.
And that's our special guest, the one and only Dr. Jesse Morse. We're gonna bring him in. We're gonna do the poll question with him, JB, because it's the perfect segue to his segment. How you doing, Doc?
We're doing great. We're rocking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got like a leg right there. You're PRPing or something in front of you?
No, nobody in here with me yet.
All right, Smitty, let's do it. Let's do the poll question with the chat, and Dr. Jesse Morse, the perfect guy to have on with this poll question, and we'll dive right into the poll question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You want me to read it or you gonna read it?
Go ahead.
Let's do it. Poll question. Are the Lions Super Bowl hopes done? And the reason why we're asking that, Doc, is obviously they've been hit with the injury bug. They lost their defensive tackle, McNeil, with a torn ACL. Just found out that David Montgomery had an MCL injury. I think he's gonna be out for the season. Their cornerback, Carlton Davis, has a broken jaw. And I think another cornerback, Khalil Dorsey, had like a leg fracture, but kind of focuses more specifically on David Montgomery, who's their star 1-2 punch running back. Are the Lions season's Super Bowl hopes done? I'm gonna say no, but JB, I want to hear what you say. But Doc, I want you to kind of dive more so on the injury side with David Montgomery. Like, what's going on with the injury bug right now with the Lions?
Man, they can't catch a break.
Doc, let me ask you something. With this being done and then Montgomery being out, just as a coaching side of it, Gibbs is a fantasy dream every week. Both of these guys were. I pick both of them sometimes and kill it on my DFS side. But to a doctor, let me ask you, when he goes out, like Montgomery's done now, the load is going to be tremendously overbearing, I would say, for Gibbs. And now who are you going to use? And you got to maybe sign another guy now or get another off the practice squad, do something. But you got to bring another guy up and to limit Gibbs' load, because Gibbs is multifaceted in their offense, pass catching.
They have a couple guys that they can bring in. I can't think of one of their names, but Sion Vaki, he's a rookie. They might. I don't know how what they think of him, but they'll definitely use someone to spell Gibbs a little bit, but I think Gibbs will probably be like 65%, something like that. Whereas pretty much closer to 50-50 for Montgomery. Just the crazy part about this injury, he suffered the same injury about 4 years ago. He missed about a month. It was probably more of a grade 2 than what they're probably going to call this a grade 3 or a bad 2, because he needs surgery and he didn't need surgery back then. The crazy thing is he returned to the game.
Yeah.
That kind of gives you an idea that either he made it worse, or he's just a beast and he's just pushed through pain. One of the two. Because if it's a grade 3, the MCL is no longer attached to the knee, so there's no stability at all. And you're putting a lot of stress on the ACL actually, and the meniscus for that matter too. So it's just unfortunate. Usually when they say this is a grade 1 or a grade 2, rarely do they say, hey, it's a grade 3, especially since he came back into the game. But however they felt, it sounds like they're leaning towards surgery, which would end his season. He'll be fine for 25, but it doesn't do him any good for the next 6-7 weeks. With that being said, it does dampen their chances of winning the Super Bowl. I still think it's possible. I think the defensive injuries are really what's going to mount against them. I mean, they obviously have the offense to pull it off. That when they combined for 900 yards or 800, it was crazy. Like it was like a video game. But the problem is they just can't stop anyone because they're just so decimated on. I mean, they could probably fill out a all-star roster just on their IR guys. Even if Hutchinson hypothetically could come back. Is it enough? Because they have so many other guys that are out, broken jaw, fractured leg, ACL, like it's crazy. Just on the defensive side of the ball. So, anything is possible, but it kind of reminds me of the Eagle last year when they were hot and then they weren't. And that was kind of all it took. So it's just unfortunate because the Tourists had a hell of a run. They really could use a win, given how really good they've played and how they built this team and weathered the storm with Campbell and so on and so forth. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they can continue to power through or if the injuries end up getting the best of them.
Hey Doc, they got Aiden Hutchinson, McNeil, Kaminsky, Davenport. That's front 4 right there. Then their second row of linebackers is Derek Barnes, Anzalone, Malcolm Rodriguez, who was a surprise 2 years ago, getting drafted and then balling. Jalen Reeves-Maben. And then you got the secondary, Carlton Davis, Enos Rackestraw, and then Melon Fawu. I'm tripping on this whole defense is gone, and now they lose one of their most explosive offensive players.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I mean, Tim Patrick has been really nice on the offense unexpectedly. Offensively, I'm not really worried about them.
I'm with you too, Doc. I think offensively they're going to be good. They got too many weapons over there. Ben Johnson doing a hell of a job as the OC. I think offense they're good, but defense is where I think
everything's going to have to be a shootout. They can't hold anybody. They don't have the guys to do it.
But the problem is, in the playoffs, it's about defense. They ain't slow down. You know what I mean? It's about who can get that stop. So that is my concern right now. And it's funny you mentioned that Lions have like enough injuries to have like an all-time defense, and like literally there's a tweet right here showing you like how, like based upon their injured guys, it's like some like what a lineup could look like on defensively. I know JB just named a lot of these guys as well, but it's just crazy just to visually see it. And it's like, man, like this would be a really good defense on the team right here, So
I think the Super Bowl, to answer the question, guys, I think the Super Bowl shots are done. Just as a coach, you got to have too much. Now the offense is going to you're going to have to go into every game saying, I got to score 50 points. And that is why the Bills won't win a Super Bowl, in my opinion. The Bills won't win a Super Bowl either. The Lions are in the same predicament. You got to have some sort of defense to stop your to slow down the thought process. Your offense can't go out there expecting to score 50 every game. The defense will eventually cost you. And defense wins championships. Offense wins games. That is a true adage that we've used in football forever. So I just truly believe this is too much to overcome for the Lions, and I believe you'll see a unfortunate situation here in Detroit because that's what happens in this league. Guys get hurt. Where we at with the big injuries, Doc, in the league right now? To run through real quick, any updates on anyone that may be
Some
coming
big
off?
injuries this weekend, real big.
Yeah.
It looks like a possible right shoulder injury for Josh Allen. I don't think it's anything, but we'll see. He's been on fire since he's got engaged. I think he's like putting up insane numbers, like little video game numbers. Jalen Hurts is dealing with a fractured ring finger on his non-throwing hand, but he's just going to power through. And he obviously had a great game the other day. Geno Smith sounds like he may have gotten lucky, but we'll have to see this week if he's able to practice with his knee. Obviously the biggest injury is Mahomes and his high ankle. Again, this is the third or fourth time. This is the same high ankle that he injured in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Speaking of Mahomes, would you advise him to sit out one of these 3 games at least?
So I think the problem here, we know Mahomes is going to play through this if he can. Like, this is who he is. He has never missed a game with an ankle injury. He's had 6 or 7 of them. So, we'll start with that. The problem is they played, 2 days ago? They play again on Saturday, and then they play again next Wednesday, which is Christmas. So it's just like, even if he was just playing on Saturday, Sunday, and then waiting a week, okay, maybe he pulls it off. But that's a short window to turn around. And you were talking earlier how important these games are for them, which is kind of silly with the fact that they're 12-1 or whatever it is, and 13-1, and they still have to win this game. With that being said, this is his push-off leg. This is his rear power leg. He's done this before. He knows what to do. Somebody asked me last night, Quinn Ewers, the kid from Texas, he has a high ankle, and there's this new brace that I never seen before until somebody messaged me with it yesterday. And I don't know. It looks pretty cool, and it's specifically made for high ankle. So I don't know. Maybe it's worth a try to at least try it on and see how he feels. But if it's up to him, he's going to want to play. Does the team hold him out on Saturday to prepare for the Steelers game next week? That's the question in my opinion.
They got 3 games in 11 days or something.
And then the games they got, listen, these are like playoffs. So you got the Texans, say what you want, still the Texans, Steelers, and then the Broncos. 3 playoff teams. And the team that they're trying to stay ahead of in the overall rankings is the Bills. The Bills got the Patriots, the Jets, and the Patriots. So in terms of ease of schedule, the Bills are right there. And Chiefs go down, a game. Remember, the Bills beat the Chiefs too, so they have the tiebreaker. So
that's their win. That's their loss.
Yeah,
they got to lose. They got to win 2 out of 3. The Chiefs do. That's what's crazy about it.
Yeah.
So so it'll be interesting to see what decisions they make. The other thing is, what if he re-injures this?
Changes everything.
If I'll play devil's advocate here. If he re-injures this to the point where it's fractured, meaning it's a grade 3, he's done. He won't be able to stand.
Carson Wentz.
So then that tells you that he literally is kind of playing with fire here. But he's been able to do it. He hasn't missed a game since that knee injury way back when he dislocated his kneecap many moons ago. He doesn't miss games. They just continue to win. Like, Kelsey has been – I was having this discussion with my dad yesterday, and we grew up Patriots fans. We live half hour from the stadium. And I was thinking, I'm like, remember when Gronk was on the field? That dude was like a force to be reckoned with.
Right.
Like, he would be carrying people as he's trying to get tackled. Like,
right.
I'm like, where is that version of Kelsey? Like, dude he went for like 4 for 40. Like,
but that's not really his game though. Even like prime Kelsey was more of like a good receiving tight end, good hand.
Oh yeah, he is
after the catch, but he was never like the physical specimen that Gronk was. Gronk was a big.
I know. I just find it funny. It's like they don't even have anybody shine. Like, Pacheco doesn't look very good. Like, they don't have anybody shining right now, and they're winning. Yes, they're winning, but I don't know. It's just and then they
went from having some pow to. That's why.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
We went from having some ass to no ass at all. That's a disease. Are those pills that you got help no ass at all? Does that help out? Does it give you
I think it does. I think it does.
Travis is just getting older. That's the reason. He's older. He's an old player
We
now.
need to get some no acetol pills to Swift.
Couple other injuries that I'll bring you to before I can take off. Kamara with they're calling it initially they called it a groin, but then they said it's an abductor, which usually means a hip flexor, which is the muscles on the outside of the hip that are responsible for rotating your hip. So we'll have to see. Kendra Miller may end up being the guy this week because of that. Joe Mixon got lucky with another high ankle or hip drop tackle. He could have had another high ankle, but it sounds like he did okay. Pollard re-injured his ankle, likely re-injured his ankle. We don't know if it's the same ankle, the other ankle. We'll have to see how that plays out. Breece Hall did okay with his knee, ended up rummaging into the end zone, saved kind of people. Waddle got lucky with his knee. Sounds like he might miss this week, but that team's done anyway. But from a fantasy perspective, he's just, for a top 10, 15 pick, whatever he was, I just feel in hindsight it's been disappointing. Jamar Chase, Penny Sewell, Micah Parsons, and he just kind of got like, Jalen Waddle has been good, but like Devonta Smith has been better. If you want to compare, they're similar receivers. And then Alex Pierce with a concussion, Xavier Legette with a groin, Zach Ertz with a concussion. He's probably going to miss this week. And then last night, a lot of people needed Sincere McCormick, who was running really well. It looked like a high ankle. I need to see the video again, but I mean, he got ruled out and never came back. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's done. Saquon got tweaked up a little bit. AJ Brown, possible ankle injury. Sounds like he may be okay. And then Jamison Williams left for a little bit. Kyler Murray left for a little bit, but ended up coming back. So there's just, the kid from the Dolphins, previously the Packers, Grant Dubose, that was a scary hit with some fencing. I remember similar to Tua. So it sounds like he's got all movement, all extremities, everything. And then Nick Chubb, season-ending fracture of his foot. So we don't know if he needs surgery or not, but Jerome Ford potentially could help a lot of people in fantasy and betting this week. We don't know if Jameis is going to get benched, kind of a moot point, but for fantasy it's relevant. So some big injuries, and we obviously have Bucky Irving looked pretty good. Mike Williams balled out again. He looked great. Herbert still dealing with that ankle. Justin Herbert with that ankle. And then how bad are the Raiders? Like, how bad is Desmond Ridder? Like, he didn't complete a reception, a pass to a wide receiver until halfway through the fourth quarter.
That's hard to do, Doc. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Jacoby Myers is a good receiver.
Like JB right now, super out of shape, 300 plus pounds, could go on the field and complete a pass in the first quarter. Like, I believe that. Like, seriously.
I mean, Brock Bowers went 3 for 35 and then disappeared. I don't think he caught another pass. Like, if Aiden O'Connell, who's not amazing, if he played, that would have been a much better game. But unfortunately, 100%. His knee wasn't ready. But I was just like, come on, man.
He was horrible.
Yeah, I don't think Ridder, unfortunately, I don't think he's an NFL quarterback, And you got to think, you're playing against the team that drafted you. You would think there'd be some added motivation. You're going against the Falcons, and, it's like he was still on the payroll, the way he looked.
And then, Malik Neighbors, but Brian Thomas.
Oh, they both balled out. Yeah.
They both look good. Caleb Williams, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like I lost some money on that last night too, as you did, Coach. He should have easily passed for 200, 250. And the JUCO ended up getting scratched late with his hammy. Maybe he plays next week. Trey McBride got lucky, had a great game. Evan Ingram unfortunately dislocated his shoulder. And then you hear me? Okay, I'll be right there. I gotta take off.
All right then, Doc. Appreciate you. Have a good one. Hey man, that's how it is, man. Doc come in, drop that free game, then he go do a surgery, just like that. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you for hopping in.
Love to have Mom give us those insights. We are live in the building. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. Listen, It is what it is, man. The Lions, in my opinion, to finish the poll question off, are done, Smitty. They're done. I'm just telling you, their hopes are done. You can lose all you want. You can talk about all this stuff you think you can overcome, but what you can't overcome is the lack of depth that you just can't sign in the NFL this late in the game, because they have no practice squad player in America right now to overcome a Aiden Hutchinson or a David Montgomery. Just not. So
we'll see, man. I don't fully trust like the Vikings yet. Like, you know, I don't think the Pack, like, to me, there's no other teams that is like a guaranteed lock to just beat the Lions on the NFC side. That's why I still have some faith and belief that the Lions could at least get to the Super Bowl. But like you said, it's definitely gonna be tough. I want to move on, man.
The one guy we forgot to ask him about that I wanted to get to, like Bailey said, was Geno Smith, because he is critical to the Seahawks moving forward as they go battle the Rams at the end of this thing in the NFC West.
He did mention Geno. It was briefly. I think he said Geno didn't like, he might have got lucky. Like it might not be as serious as he thought, but he didn't dive probably as deep as we wanted to. Paul.
It's going to be interesting, man, because they're going to have to play the Rams at the end of this thing, and then the Commanders winning. It's going to be to me, it's a 3-horse race between the Commanders, the Rams, and the Seahawks. And then you got a couple teams on the outside looking in, like the Cowboys.
Personally, I want the Rams and Commanders in, personally. It's just from a playoff standpoint and just from an excitement standpoint. I think the Rams could actually go on the run. I want to see Jaden Daniels, the rookie, in the playoffs. Obviously, I'm biased. My guy Sheldon's on the team as well. The Seahawks, like, I like Geno. I like the Seahawks. I just like they're just like, they're a boring team. It's like the Seahawks are gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna lose first round, and it's like, all right, like, it's like I want some excitement to where the Rams could shake some things up, the Commanders could shake some things up. So that's where I'm at with that. But yeah, moving on to our first topic, man. In our thumbnail, I know we had college player Bear Alexander on the thumb, and if you guys didn't know, Bear actually visited Penn State recently, wore their jersey. He has a tattoo, a Georgia tattoo on his arm. And then his profile picture is him at USC. Basically just showcasing that this man has been so indecisive throughout his recruiting process, man. Just, you know, committing and quote unquote decommitting, a word that JB always says is not even a real word if you look it up. But this guy has been moving around left and right. And if you see that tweet right there on the thumbnail, it says a transfer portal update, 6,345 people. The transfer portal has already surpassed last year's numbers already. Like that.
Shout out Alan in the chat. JUCO Football Frenzy. Make sure you follow JUCO Football Frenzy if you want all the updates on anything portal news and JUCO news going into the 4-year level. If you follow any of your favorite schools, JUCO Football Frenzy will give you an update on transfers to maybe one of your favorite schools.
Yeah, this is a horrible look though, JB, because to me, especially the position that he plays, he's a defensive tackle, right? It's not like he's a quarterback where you got to sit back and kind of wait your turn, or could be some politics involved because the guy in front of you got paid X amount. No, you were the guy. They had you in a high rise at USC. I know you guys remember that video he made when he first committed. He's on Wilshire Boulevard, living good. So you were the guy. You had the opportunities. Go out there and ball out your tackle. You said what?
Did he go to 4 high schools too?
Oh man, did he? I don't know.
I believe he went to like 4 high schools.
Man, and like you always say, that's where it starts, right? And that's the mindset. It starts at the young age, so now that continues. But my thing is, bro, at some point you got to play the game. Like, all the transferring and stuff is cute and whatever, and it makes headlines, but you got to play. You didn't really play at USC. You want to blame the coaches, but ask yourself this, young man. Look in the mirror, Bear. Look in the mirror, Bear. And ask yourself, why am I not playing? And don't and remove the excuse the coaches don't like me. The coaches don't give a whether the coach likes you or not. They want to win, and they want to be successful, because that's how they move forward in their career. That's how they retain their job. That's how they take care of their family. So if you making plays, Bear Alexander, they're going to play you regardless. I've had coaches that didn't get along with all of our star players, but they was on that damn field every single time. So
did he play at Georgia at all?
I don't. If he did, he made no impact, because I don't remember at all.
Did he ever play at Georgia?
I think he committed to USC, decommitted and committed to Georgia, and then came back to USC, if I'm not mistaken, and he
Nah,
never
I
actually
think
played.
he signed with Georgia first. He's from Georgia. I think
Okay,
he
signed to
with
Georgia.
With SC.
SC.
But I'm just want to put it in context. The Georgia tattoo.
It's really confusing though, JB. I don't know.
He got a Georgia
what
tattoo, but I don't know if he ever played it down for Georgia.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that be the first red alarm? Bling, bling, bling. I want to know if he played it down. I think he played at Georgia as a freshman when he first went there. I don't. He might have played a few downs. I don't know, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did or not, but all I know is this is a mockery, dog. It's a joke. He's been to 8 schools. He's been to 8 schools in 6 years. Like, come on, man. Like, it's time to stop. I'm disappointed in James Franklin. I really am. I'm disappointed in my boy for taking the kid.
Yeah, but JB, man, I feel you. I truly do. But I just feel like this is the world. Like this is the sport now, unfortunately. And it's one of those things where I hear you. Like the pride of you and the moral side of you, JB, and who you are as a man feels like you couldn't do this. But I feel like if you were just coaching in this space, as much as you just wouldn't want to do it, it's like you have to make some of these decisions in order to stay competitive with your competitors. Because if you don't take these 4-star, 5-star guys, best believe somebody else will. And it's like, damn, man. Like, so
I'm telling you, there's a way to do it though, man. These guys, I'm just telling you, I'm not gonna say I'm the outside the box thinking guy that's gonna change the world, blah, blah, blah. All I'm saying is, man, this kid right here is not helping you. He hasn't helped anyone. This guy is not going to make or break Penn State. Like, let's be honest. Like, this kid is this is damaged goods. Like, there's no way in the world I would sign this kid, dog. Like, there's no way in the world. What attaches this kid to Penn State? And when I asked that, I asked you that for one reason. He's from Georgia or wherever. He goes there originally, gets a Georgia tattoo. He transfers across the country to USC, tells me, I want to be part of the Hollywood lights and glamour. And now he doesn't do anything at SC after he gets a high-rise suite over Wilshire Boulevard, looking down at Brentwood and Westwood. And then we transfer to Penn State, rural Pennsylvania. Come on, dog. Like, where are you? What dots can you connect that this makes sense? It doesn't. It is a pocket money dive. That's what he's doing. He's been to 4 high schools. He's been to 3 colleges now in a matter, and he's what, 22? Come on, dog. Like, I'm not taking this kid. He hasn't yet to put his foot down in the sand and make a print.
All right.
Anywhere. So what makes you think he's going to do it for you, James? Why would he go to Penn State? I would bet dollars to dimes that he's a absolute bust again and won't even play there. And we just keep taking these guys, man. I just don't understand. I don't get it. I really don't. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't take this kid. I wouldn't take these kids. I get what you're saying, too. This is a part of the job. I've had D1 coaches tell me what you just said, Smitty.
Yeah.
You got to keep up with the Joneses. I don't think you have to. I think
I'm with you on this particular guy, though. This particular guy, I'm not taking him either because of the movement that he's had, and like you said, man, as a D lineman, I want somebody who's mentally tough, who's a dog, who can fight, who can. It's a different mindset to play D tackle. You know what I'm saying? If he's a receiver or something, all right, maybe I can I can think differently. But as a D lineman, I got a different mindset and mentality that I want from my guy. So I probably wouldn't pick him up either. And listen, he's young. I wish him the best. Like I hope he goes to Penn State and I hope he does ball out. But it's just kind of tough, man. So
yeah.
You want to do the
yeah. So we got to spend some gas. Let's take a quick break.
Yeah.
We want to let everybody know who we got going on in here, man. He is a big time transfer quarterback that's going into that just entered the portal, and he has signed with our main man, Eric Weddle, Super Bowl champs squad, Utah.
Yeah.
And it's Devin Dampierre, who's coming over from New Mexico to transfer into Utah. And shout out to him for jumping on the realest show on planet Earth. His coach and trainer, Gio, will join us a little bit with him to end the show. But shout out to him for coming on the show,
Yes,
man.
sir.
You don't get that a lot, and I can't wait to discuss what he's got going in this whole process and dive into him. And we'll be back in 3 minutes with Devin Dampier, quarterback, maybe a Heisman hopeful next year. We'll dive into it in about 3 minutes. What up, man? This is a proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, and it is First Round Performance.
Yeah.
Make sure you head on over to firstroundperformance.com. We got the merch, the gear. They are top-notch company.
High quality, JB. All about the quality here. Workout gear, exclusive gear. What's that right there, JB?
By the way, nobody else in the country or the world has this short right here. You can put this short on. It helps your back. It helps your hamstrings, helps your quads as you work out.
What?
You can wear these right underneath your workout shorts or what have you. It's kind of like a girdle, but very, very comfortable. Shorts Against Syndrome. It's SAFS. Go head on over there and check it out. First Round Performance.
JB, they got workout bands. They got ankle weights.
What's this?
What's in that box?
Oh, kind of good.
It's our first time seeing this.
What's this?
I'm nervous. What's that?
A 40-yard dash electric timer. You can go get your workout on with the light and the strobe and the whole deal. Firstroundperformance.com.
Oh, you just turned it on, JB.
Bam.
You want that smoke?
Go check it out.
I know you ain't trying to race me,
I might
JB.
race Smitty and smoke him.
You ain't trying to race me. You scared of that life.
Yeah, this is real deal. You guys got to go check it out. Firstroundperformance.com. Head on over there. Proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show.
This is nice, JB.
With Big Smitty. And
all this is mine, right?
hell yeah. Listen, their premium gear, including the revolutionary SAFS shorts I just showed you, are expertly designed by a leading orthopedic surgeon to align your hips and relieve your pain. It is trusted by athletes and active individuals alike, whether you are pushing your limits with their high-quality resistance bands, as Smitty just showed you, or boosting recovery with the powerful dual-spectrum red light therapy devices that I just showed you. First Round Performance delivers the tools needed to stay at the top of your game. Whether aiming for peak performance or simply wanting to live pain-free, they've got you covered. Visit firstroundperformance.com or shop on Amazon today. They just launched their AmazonStore.com, their Amazon store. This is out there, First Round Performance on Amazon. And so go help them out and grab some performance gear today. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Go First Round.
Go First Round, baby.
The promo code will be Coach JB. So check that out and head on over there today.
Get right, baby. First Round, the highest quality.
First Round Performance, go get you some merch.
Ooh, I like this shirt. I like this shirt, JB.
Yes, sir. Devin, what up,
what's going
man?
on?
Hey, what's happening, y'all?
Man, appreciate you jumping on here, man. Hey, I put shit into existence, man. I said, hey, Heisman hopeful. Let's get it cracking.
Throw
why
it out
not?
there right now. Throw it
Why
out
not?
there right now for sure.
He pulled up clean with the Nike tracksuit. Okay. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Up early. How are y'all?
Good, man. Good. Hey, so you from Arizona, right?
Yeah. I was born in Minnesota till I was about 4, and then I've been out in Arizona ever since. So I would say this is my home for sure.
You went from the cold to the hot.
Yeah.
Hey, I love it. Hey, so what got you to New Mexico?
Well, first I would say, I'm kind of a, a love type of guy. So they were kind of just cool that, came out early after my junior year and just, fought hard for me. So for that to be close to my parents to make the games, that's everything I could ask for. It's an opportunity.
So they showed love early. You felt loyal to them, and you were like, "I'm out. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm gonna roll with them because they showed the most love early and often."
Yeah, for sure. It sounded like they wanted me, and it can't go wrong being somewhere you loved.
Hey, so in this current space, Devin, it feels great to be wanted. I used to tell my recruits that every day. It feels good to be wanted. I don't care if you're a regular Joe walking down the street, two girls look at you and say hi. You feel good, right? Oh, I feel good. It feels good to be wanted. Nowadays, in this current landscape, as we just mentioned, Bear Alexander, who's been to 4 high schools in 4 years, now his 3rd college. How does that work with you? Like all these schools plucking at you, you enter the portal. First of all, break down why you enter the portal.
Yeah.
And then tell us what goes through that process like this before school starts and you got to make a choice and get into a new school with a new locker room, new coach, new philosophy, new culture. But you have this much time to transfer into the portal and then take on all the callers and then figure out what you figured out in 4 years of high school to pick New Mexico, now in 4 weeks to pick your next school.
Yeah, no, for sure. Just I would say, after the season, obviously I have those talks with, the people around me, but decisions like that, you go to the people close to you. So just hearing everybody's opinion on, my situation and just what was going on at the university at the time, that's what I felt was best for me to obviously go to the league. That's the biggest picture out of all of it. So as soon as the portal opened up, obviously Utah was one of those schools that reached out right away as soon as the dates opened, and it was fast. Like they came fast that morning. Obviously, they were able to hire my old OC at New Mexico, so that gave a lot of leverage already. We did great things together, so happened to be in the same situation with that, and just that defense, and they got a pretty crazy O-line. They're really highly ranked. A couple of first rounders next year and a second round center. So I'm in a super great situation, and that's all I needed to hear to be on board and know if you can make playoffs nowadays, that's the move. So this team is definitely able to do that. So
Hey, when you get on camp, I know you've been on campus, you signed your docs, and then you came back home to Arizona. Have you got like all your guys, like let's say coaches and like support staff? You got all their numbers yet?
Yeah. I got all their numbers saved in my phone.
All right, so you got Reggie Dunn's number?
No. I ain't got Reggie's yet. Okay.
Get Coach Dunn's number.
Get his number.
Text him, say, "You're a slap dick," Coach JB said.
Make sure you say Coach JB said first.
I raised that baby. I coached him, recruited him since he was this high. So he played for me. Tell Coach, go holler at Coach Cano. I know you've met Cano.
Yep.
Coach Cano's coached with me for 25 years. A lot of those guys on that staff I'm really close with. A lot of the Polynesian staff as well on that staff I'm really good with. So you got a great one. And then Eric Weddle, of course, played there, and his son was offered there as well. He's a freshman QB out here in Cali in high school. Nice. You're going to a good place. I know that. Winningham wins.
Good culture.
You could argue they're a quarterback away from winning this year. So they got hurt.
For sure.
Yeah. So I mean, it's exciting, man. Smitty, go ahead.
Yeah.
You mute it. You mute it.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
My mic, had to short my mic. I want to kind of ask you like more of a broader question about the transfer portal, man. So we always have conversations on here just about like the new culture. Like, I played at Ball State, years ago, and I was under the old rules where you could transfer one time, had the red shirt, and then you could play. Obviously now, it's like wild West, where players can leave whenever they want to. And to me and JB, we kind of agree on this, where I feel like it has affected college football in a negative way. You being an actual player though, and having the, being in it, what's your, I guess, take on just the transfer portal overall? Do you think it's more of a benefit to you guys, or has it been more of a negative thing for players overall?
Yeah. As I think the transfer portal as an idea, I think it's a great idea for us. A lot of people do kind of get screwed in certain situations. Some people fall for the traps of, you feel really wanted and then you get there, you don't get to play. So, I think the access to be able to leave and, have the opportunity to play right away. I think that, that's anything an athlete should be able to ask for. And now how people are actually going about it, I think, that's what's turning into a negative aspect. People are like obviously prioritizing, money at the time. And I mean, sometimes it feels like that's all people are prioritizing right now. So I think, for me, obviously I use it as, my next stepping point to get me to the NFL. That's my huge goal. So I think if you use it right, obviously, I mean, you use anything right, you're going to get good out of it. But yeah, I mean, college football is taking a turn. It is quite crazy to see and, be around, just hearing the guys on how they go about certain situations. So yeah, it's something. It's something for sure.
And quick follow-up, JB, to that real quick. So, like, obviously the way that you're doing it, I think, is the right way, right? Like, you're trying to just better your situation, get to the next level, boom. I think that's perfectly smooth how you're doing it. But just being in the locker room with your peers and other players and just talking to them and hearing the conversations, do you feel like today's players are like afraid of competition or afraid to like stay one place and like earn it? Like me, I didn't start when I first got to school. Now I played, I rotated, but I had to grind a year or two before I earned my starting position, and then I got it. Where now it's like, if I'm a 4-star guy or whatever the case may be, if I'm not getting 75 plays right out the gate, I'm gone. Like, do you feel like that's the vibe with players now, or am I reading too much into that?
No, I will say, you do get a couple people like that for sure. Yeah, but, they go in this situation as in like, oh, I'm not getting the targets here, then I'm about to go somewhere else. Or, this coaching staff, especially, obviously you get it out of the higher recruits, saying, oh, this coaching staff doesn't rock with me, I'm a 4 or 5-star. Somebody else is going to value me more, so I'm going to leave. So, I think the process of development might be going down just a little bit, just because people are so fast to want to start. Development isn't happening as much right now. So yeah, there's something going on with that side too.
Let me ask you something. If your head coach stayed, let's say at New Mexico, and your OC had left, are you staying at New Mexico or leaving?
That's a good question.
I'm just saying, like, who recruited you? Who recruited you? Because people don't realize in this game, like, a lot of, like, I was the head coach, but I was the OC QB guy. Plus, I was the recruiter. I was the true go-getter on staff, right? A lot of staffs have a go-getter that's not the head coach that gets a lot of these kids to come there, and if he leaves, you see the whole team leave. What got you there? Who'd you lean on more? And then what's more impactful to you as a quarterback? Is it the head coach that you have loyalty with that recruited you, if so, or was it the OC that you depend on to go to the league because of his offensive style and how he's going to put you in the right position to succeed? What has that ever been a thought?
Yeah. So I was recruited at this school by Danny Gonzalez. That was the staff, that kind of got me here. So they ended up leaving after that first year. And, obviously the first person, I stayed. And the first person I talked to was Mendenhall, and then I talked to Beck right after. So I talked to both of them, and I was like, this seems like a great situation for me. It seems like this is a good change about to happen. I feel like I can adapt to what's going to go around. I'm going to compete for my spot. And, that's what happened. They came in. So
how many guys, like, how many kids do you see, like teammates that were yours that left, or who you see don't give the new coach an opportunity to holler at them when they take the job? Like, how have you seen a lot of cats just be like, screw this, I'm out, I'm in the portal because this guy left? Is it now like a scapegoat technique that I can leave without being labeled the bad guy as a quitter, or I don't want to compete because my head coach left, so I'm leaving? Is that a thing you see now, or is it something deeper than that?
Yeah, no, I've seen people take it as like it's almost like a safety route. Coaches will tend to bring in back their players if they get the head coaching job, saying, you should come back. So for the players to know, if they go in the portal, they can adventure, and then, nothing well goes, they're just going to come back to the head coach and have that conversation and go, I didn't realize you were getting hired. I want to come back. Like you could. So, I mean, I think players are starting to use it as, somewhat of a leverage just to feel the portal out before the new staff comes into that school.
Hey, so listen, we got Coach Gio who trains you. So what you did this last season, right? You ran for almost 1,200. You almost ran for 20 touchdowns. You throw. I mean, look at this. You're up there with all these different people in the history of college football, which is crazy, right? Like you're in the statistical legendary status
with Heisman winners.
A lot of legendary guys that are all won Heismans. So I expect you to be in there too, man. I don't expect nothing less. But let me ask you, what are you going to take from the film that you've witnessed and seen and take it to this offseason with Coach Gio? We're going to bring in here in a second. What do you got to work on? Because you're a humble, great speaking kid, man. What are you looking at as like, all right, I did a deep dive now. I need to know what I need to do from Coach Gio and your standpoint. And then has Winningham and that staff told you, hey, we need you to work on release, mechanics, getting rid of the ball, pre-snap, post-snap. Where are you at with your own game that you need to work on this offseason?
Yeah, I think accuracy is, something, I can always get better at. The placement of the ball is huge for me. That's something, I truly take passion in. So, just working with Gio, we're constantly, working concepts and, he's having me throw those balls, whether it's, it's a zip or I'm throwing over the linebacker, I'm throwing a certain route multiple times just so I get the feel of, every possible throw that could happen in that situation. And just from last year, I would say the deep ball is something, I want to work on more often. I want to be more consistent going that way. Just more completions. I had a lot of big plays, but just to be, a couple percentage higher on that throw, it's going to change the way my year goes for sure.
Nice. Before we bring your coach in, Smitty, and before Smitty has one question, we're bringing Coach Gio in. Is it a distraction that now in this NIL era that you get approached by, let's just say, I call them vultures, street agents? There's a lot of bad out there, right? That comes with the good. A lot of bad comes with that. Do you see like the females coming at you a little stronger? Hey, I mean, the females be like, "Hey, I saw that deal you got, boy." Like, you see that shit happening like more often than not.
Yeah, I would definitely say.
You don't gotta say that deep. You don't gotta go too deep, but we just want to know. Yeah. Because Smitty never got treated like that. Smitty ain't never had that. You know what I mean?
Hey, I was in the MAC. I was a D lineman. Y'all two were quarterbacks. Quarterbacks always get treated differently than the D tackles, the D linemen. So y'all experience might be a little different than mine.
Everyone says that, man.
Quarterbacks are on a pedestal. Y'all, it is what it is. Listen, y'all got the hardest position on the field. I get it. But quarterbacks, y'all put the red jersey on. Everything a little different. It's okay. I get it.
Hey, without further ado,
we gotta work for it.
Hell yeah. Hey, let's bring in your main man, Coach Gio, who's coaching you up. Coach, what up, man?
What's going on, fellas? Everything good?
Hey, good, man. Good. Hey, this kid is a great, well-spoken kid, man. Let me ask you: when you get this kid in your hands, and you start to work with him, are you media training him at all?
I've been with him since he was in diapers. He probably told you that. Like, that's the funny.
Literally.
He'll say I was in diapers when I started training Devin. So I kind of raised him, you know what I mean? Up from how to do the things, try to do everything right, be correct, and learn how to talk, to coaches and, you know what I'm saying, to the media. Yeah. So we've worked on everything. He's been around a lot of guys that have come through the program and seen how they've handled themselves, good and bad. But this is an unbelievable kid right here, as you just kind of found out. He's a great individual with a great heart, you know what I mean, and he's going about things the right way for sure.
Nah, no doubt. Hey, Devin, I gotta ask both of you and Coach Gio before Smitty dives in. Sorry, Smitty. Let me ask you guys something. The kid at Penn State, the backup QB, said he didn't want to leave Penn State. He said, I didn't want to leave, but the portal time frame made me leave. here's what I struggle with, man. If you committed, you do know decommitment is not a word in the dictionary, right? I just want to throw that out there. So when you committed, let's say without the circumstances that happened and your coach left and your OC left and you said, all right, but let's just say that you're in a playoff scenario, okay? Put yourself in that Penn State backup kids scenario where Drew Aller was apparently an NFL guy. He said, you know what? Scouts had told me otherwise. I'm not ready. I'm going to come back to the league. Come back to the team at Penn State. And then you, Devin, are the backup. Do you just say, screw it, I'm out? Or do you say, you know what, man? Coach Gio, my parents, they're going to say, nah, we're going to fight this thing through. We got a couple years still left. We're in a playoff scenario. I can still get better. And then if the coach said, hey, you got an opportunity to beat this guy out in the spring, as promised, when I recruited you, what do you do in that scenario? Is it that hard now with the NIL and the opportunities that lie ahead to leave and chase that, or is there still loyalty that exists to, hey, I'm going to stay here? Or is there no loyalty and you're like, hey, the coach is leaving, I'm leaving? Like, where are you at with this whole thing? Because it's very fascinating.
Yeah. I feel like if I have the years to be able to, sit behind the guy and, learn from him and feel like, I'm going to have enough years to where, I can compete and, finally have my time under there. And if it's a track that I can get to the NFL, no doubt about it. I think competing, that's what's going to make you better that whole entire season. And, learning from some guy, I did in my freshman year, I feel like that helped me a lot. So learning from a guy that's, supposedly going to the NFL, I don't think he can do anything but help you out in that situation.
Gio, what would you advise him on that same question? What are you advising your kid at Penn State if that's him? Is he staying through this playoff run, which will now limit your access to entering a new school because this academic semester has begun, which is asinine by that 4-letter word we can't say with Devin on here. Where are you at with that?
Well, the biggest thing I've ran into with some of the guys that are in similar situations is it's hard to go anywhere if you don't have any tape. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, they all want to see tape. Oh, hey, do you got any tape on it? We didn't play a lot yet. Well, okay. So a lot of times you're better off, like you said, sometimes waiting there, staying at the same place, competing, get it, see what the opportunity comes for you and waiting it out and waiting for that chance the next, because you don't have anywhere to go. Then you get in the portal, you're screwed. And I've had a couple kids that's happened to, right? And I'm like, you better make sure, that this is the right deal for you. So I think it's a case by case deal. But I told Devin last year when the new staff came in, I'm like, just stay. You don't need to get in the portal. He thought about it a little bit because the coaches that recruited him left, right? So
right.
I was just like, nah, hey, give this thing a go. You got some tape from last year. Go out and show everybody you could play, and then see what happens. Each, take it next year, a year by year basis, and that's what he did. So, I don't think there's anything wrong with staying. And sometimes you can stay through the spring and see how it goes, because I think there's another portal, opportunity as well. You just worry about sometimes they tell you stuff, this coach, and they tell a kid something. Next thing you know, they bring some other guy in. You know what I mean? And now I missed my opportunity. So I think you got to handle it case by case and get the right people around you, giving you good information. Then you got a shot, to hopefully make a good decision. That's how I look at it. And Devin did a good thing. He made, a good decision, played his butt off this year. His coaches left. He can't control that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at least he's following one of his coaches to a dang good football program in Utah. That is, all of us know that they're perennial in the back, just last Pac-12, champion, always in that consideration. So they were just a little down this year. I think quarterback play was, had played 3 or 4 guys this year, maybe 5. You ain't going to win.
Injuries.
Yeah. You're going to have a hard
Smitty,
time.
you got a question?
Yeah, Dev, speaking of Utah, I want to ask you this straight up. Like, what are you looking forward to the most as far as playing for Utah, being in a new situation, great program, great history? Like, what's the thing that it's like you're thinking of and just looking forward to the most?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I'm taking out of this opportunity is having, seriously having one of the top O-linemen. You can't ask for nothing better from a quarterback standpoint. I'm gonna feel real protected, and having a defense. Last year I didn't. Last year we had some troubles on defense at my old school, so to be at a place where maybe 21 points is enough to win the game, that's huge for me. That lets me know I'm in a good situation all around. So I'm very excited to be in that.
And someone with your talents, I know you go into every game feeling like I'm worth at least 3 touchdowns. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can get us 3 touchdowns, whether I run for 2, throw 1, however way I get it done. So having that great defense that definitely changes the game there. Have you had a chance to start connecting with your O-line and with your teammates yet? Or are you still kind of in the early phases right now?
Yeah, no, on my visit, a couple guys that stayed at home, they took the time out of their day to come out and meet me. So, I felt, very loved. The players felt like they wanted to get to know me right away, and, especially the O-linemen. So, I already feel kind of welcomed. I know I still got to prove myself at this new school. I got to let everyone see me in person and, see what I'm fully capable of. So just getting ready to, fully prove myself to my teammates, earn their respect.
No,
let me ask you a logistic question. Like, if you're in the locker room, because I got a lot of buddies that are coaching at the big time level, and I got kids that are in there coaching it now, and I'm like, Devin Dampier is getting, let's just say you get an NIL deal and you get X amount of dollars, and then there's another Devin Dampier that we just recruited that is not getting anywhere near it. He's getting the minimum NIL possibility. When the head coach walks in and he just rips into your ass for missing XYZ throw or this read or this check, and you're the backup, are you feeling a certain type of way now? Because I know that Devin's getting this dollar amount. I'm not. So I'm going to leave now and chase greener pastures, because I see that a lot. And it's like, if everyone's not making the same money like the NFL, at least being on a salary, then it seems like cats want to get up out of there because they're like, I don't need to get yelled at the same way if I'm not making the same money. Is that a thing in locker rooms?
Yeah, that's again what I was saying. I think college football is, there is a turn in that aspect. People are caring about how lovey-dovey and how caked up the coaches are doing towards them, and what money is coming in for them. My freshman year, I haven't, I was on the lower NIL standpoint, obviously, and that didn't really bother me too much. That's something I kind of just don't focus on. I'm in season, I'm playing football, I'm doing what I love, so everything else that comes with it. I think just a lot of people are losing that mindset going into football and how they're being coached up.
Is it most from your experiences, and obviously, like, don't say no names, nothing like that, but like, just from your experiences, is it mostly like the 4 or 5-star guys that you're seeing that's kind of mad about the money, or are you even seeing like some of the the 2-3-star guys or whatever? I was an average Joe. I was a 3-star guy myself, so like I'm just trying to think, like, we're always on this show having debates about this, and I'm just curious of like, how deep is this thing? Like, is it half the team is pissed off because they're not making X amount, or is it just really like a small handful of bad apples in the bunch, so to speak?
Yeah, I think it mostly comes from the people that feel like they're playing well and feel like they recently just played well, and they're not seeing a dramatic change in the income. So I think that's the people that it starts to hit the most.
Got you.
Hey, a question real quick, and I want to ask you and Gio before you guys get out of here. I appreciate you joining us, man. You're a great youngster, man. Great mind on your head, man, on your shoulders. I got to ask you, I don't know if you know DJ, a kid I grew up around, and his whole family is good friends of mine, coaches of mine. He has said, I'm declaring for the 25 draft. Now, I used to tell my players that I'm recruiting, like, hey, man, tweet my current players. And I'm telling Devin, you want to come here, tweet my players and ask them. The players ain't going to lie, Devin. Y'all ain't going to lie to each other. Even if you're at Florida State and you're at Utah and they texting you, hey, dog, it's real here. Or they're going to tell you, don't come here, dog. right? You know, players, and I used to, hey, I had nothing to hide. That's how I got my kid. Tweet my players. They'll tell you, hey, Coach AB is a straight up real one. He'll cuss your ass out, but he going to love on you, and you going to, it ain't, boom. That's what the tweet will be. Right. Do you tweet? I advise you, Coach Gio, to tweet these guys making these decisions to leave to enter the NFL draft. I would hit them up and ask them what the process is like. Why are you leaving? Why have you decided not to transfer again versus the NFL draft? And what is your what do you think about that for guys leaving?
Yeah, I think that's a real solid way to go about it for sure. You know, learning from somebody's experience, I think, you know, that's going to tell you, you know, a good feeling of, you know, what you feel like you want to do after you hear somebody, you know, break down their movement on what they want to do, especially player to player standpoint. You know, it don't get more relatable than that. So I think that's really smart to, you know, reach out to those guys just to, you know, fill them out and make sure your situation fits in line.
No doubt. Coach Gio, you advise those guys to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? You got to get you. If you want to buy a BMW, you don't go to Mercedes. You know, it's a store. You know,
bars right now.
But I'm just saying, right? You want to go talk to the person, you know, that's actually driving that car. You know, that you want. You know what I mean? And getting your information firsthand if you can, and then taking that all and weighing out, kind of making sure you're not just completely, you know, being, persuaded one way or another, but you got to have as much information as you can on anything to make a good decision.
For sure.
No doubt. Hey,
last question for me. I know you guys got to go. For all the new fans, first time seeing you, and maybe this next year will be the first time watching you play, Devin, how would you describe your game? Is there like a current, like maybe an NFL player that you try to model your game after, or that you just even see similarities in terms of how you play the game?
Yeah, you know, I think height-wise and the way, you know, my body's built, I would say I want to be like a electric Russell Wilson. I think, you know, that's the game right there that I feel like, you know, that's where I fit in. That's my category. Aaron Rodgers has always been my favorite thrower, so, you know, I try to be all around with that, you know, make those incredible throws, you know, the not normal ones. So that's what I model, you know, throwing after. But I feel like, you know, as a set player, you know, that's who I am.
An electric Russell Wilson mixed with Aaron Rodgers. If you could combine all three of those, man, you got a bright future, brother.
Hey, Devin, before you guys get out of here, if you had a vote, who were you selecting for the Heisman? Hey, you don't have to answer, dog. I'm just saying, if you were a voter, you know.
Devin said, "I plead the fifth."
Yeah, you're putting me in a bad situation. I was one of those guys that said that they can't win no matter who they pick. Sadly, you know, they're at a year where it was very hard to make this decision. So
hey, you ahead of your age, dog. You very well. You're really well media trained, man. And that's just the it factor. I doubt you went to classes to learn the shit. The it factor is real with you. So that's why you're probably a 2-time high school state champ and et cetera, right? You got the it factor. Yeah. So
the future is bright, JB. JB's been worried about the young generation, but this is a prime example, JB, that not all the young people are losing their mind. There's some great young people still out here, JB.
I'm going to tell you what.
Lose your mind. You don't have to lose your mind to be soft, though.
Well, all young people, they ain't all soft, obviously, either. So there you go.
Hey, Gio, man, appreciate you. Raised a great one here. Shout out to your mom and your pops, Devin, and continue to do great things, man. And good luck at Utah. I'll have to make it to a game, man. Tell Reggie Dunn he's a slapdick. So is Kano. Let them both know I love them. And I'll see you. I'll be watching you, man. Good luck. We'll have to have you on the show again, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, Devin. Man. Good luck, man. Gio, I appreciate you, brother, coming in here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Is Coach on?
I'll see you in Noel tomorrow.
All right. You guys have a great day.
All right, guys. Peace. Man, a loaded show. Great kid. Right from those two guys, right to the Korean Cosell himself, the co-host of the Whitlock Show, Fearless, and the co-host of the 3 Knockdown Rule with Mario Lopez, our main man, Steve Kim. Steve, what up?
Steve Kim.
Programming note: I will be on. I will not be on Thursday. I'm going to be in Saudi Arabia. I'm going over to the Usyk Fury rematch. So I got a lot of packing to do in a couple hours. But how you guys doing?
We doing
good, man. You leaving today?
I'm leaving tonight. It's a long flight. Packed a few books. And just got to get my sleeping pattern right. And then we'll be doing a special 3 knockdown rule. We didn't do a regular show this week. Mario wasn't available. He had some duties to take care of. And with the shortened travel week that we had, we couldn't film. But we'll be doing some stuff out there. But a lot of stuff going on. And what can I do for you, fellas?
Hey, man, Steve is a baller, though, real quick, JB. Like, imagine you just jumping on the show and the first thing you say is, yeah, I can't be here. I'm going to be in Saudi Arabia. I like that.
That's
Dave,
work.
Can you take videos of all the drones you see on the way over?
Let me see. Are they still down? Are they still up? I've heard a lot of different things about them. I just can't wait till January 20th.
Hey,
Let's
Weddle.
get the serious people back in charge here. Jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, Weddle took a video. That shit was like right above his head. I was like, oh shit, is he gonna zap you? I don't know. It's going crazy right now, Steve. We got a lot going on, Steve. In the world of sports, I got to ask you right out the gate. We just asked that great young man, Devin, that transferred to Utah to be the quarterback for Eric Weddle's alma mater. DJ is declared for the draft. I'm kind of shocked. I talked to his uncle. His dad is Dave, obviously, Big Dave. Where are you at with this move? And do you think it's the right one?
For him, I believe it is. I'm not so sure Florida State really had any interest in bringing him back. It didn't work out. They signed Castellanos. They have a new coordinator, I believe, in Malzahn. I actually think that's a pretty good fit. Castellanos is going to be a better fit for Malzahn's offense than DJ was with Norvell this past year. And my view is this. If DJ has a future at the next level, it may not be a quarterback. He's a big, strong guy.
Tight end?
Tight end, yes. Kind of a blocking tight end. I don't think he's quite as athletic as Logan Thomas. And I remember Logan Thomas at Virginia Tech had one of the hugest arms. I know people that are in camp with him. And they said he could literally throw a football from his knees about 60 yards. But he just was not accurate, didn't have the overall arm talent. But he made a lot of money playing tight end. He crafted an NFL career. I think KJ Jefferson, whenever he decides to leave college, he'll probably have the same type of arc. So, look, will he get a shot at quarterback first? Probably. But I think he's going to have to make some decisions down the line because how badly do I want to be in the league?
Man, no, that is a good point, Steve. Here, I guess we'll see. I didn't see enough in the recent years to feel like he'd be an NFL guy. Early on, I thought he showed some signs, though. So I don't know. We'll see. I think right fit will definitely play a big role in that as well. And you mentioned Thomas. What was the last name? Castellanos.
Castellanos. Yeah.
Transferred from Boston College to FSU. I guess we said Mike Norvell was given $4.5 million of his salary this year to Florida State. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think that's a way of renegotiating his own security, but also that money could be used for NIL. So this is I think this will be a growing trend of coaches giving back a little bit of money to make sure that they fortify their roster. I mean, you could make an argument that, hey, Norvell's investing back into himself.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Brian Kelly, too. Brian Kelly did it.
Yeah, they all look. If you're at that level and you give up a few million, you've already made a lot of money at this point, right? And you get a couple of players here, a guy there, and they lead to 2 or 3 more victories, and they help you stay employed for 7, 8 more years. Well, that money's well spent at that point then. There's an old phrase, you got to spend some money to make some money.
That's true.
I just don't see where DJ gets drafted, man. No offense. I love
I'm with you on that. I am with you. He could at least be a camp arm, but again, you look at his size, you look at his bulk. He does have an NFL measurable. It just may not have the skill level from a passing standpoint to be a quarterback, in my view.
Yeah. No, we definitely shall see. And kind of staying on the topic of money here, there's a video about Travis Hunter saying that Travis Hunter does not take any money from Colorado's NIL collective. Instead, he pays for the NIL deals of 10 to 15 teammates. This is from Deion Sanders Jr. I think he was on the show with Big Matt and Bailey, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check this out.
You know he receives no NIL from the collective? And he's one of the biggest donors to the collective, meaning he's paying a lot of other people's NIL on his team. So he's actually
So
paying a
all
lot
of
of
the
guys on the
endorsements
team.
he gets, he lives off his endorsements and then contributes his endorsements money back to the NIL to help them field the team.
He's paying at least 10, 15 guys NILs on the team, like from
Yeah,
his
what
pocket.
a stud.
Like,
What an
he's
absolute
donating
stud of a human
his
being.
own money. Like, and I was gonna say that before on the show, and Travis was
I'm
right.
glad you did.
Now
So he's playing for free.
No, he's not playing for free. Again, the collective is like the group of money that kind of goes to everybody. I'm going to interpret that as he's giving up his share. But whatever he gets individually in what is a true name, image, and likeness deal, he probably keeps. And by the way, his significant other, she's not letting him pay for free. She wants to get some of that money. You really think that young lady is going to say to Travis, yes, give away all your money? I don't see it that way. She doesn't seem like that type.
Nah, it's crazy. That's getting worse and worse every day. I would tell her today, don't say another word or we're not getting married. Like, that's where it's at. Like, you got to tell her to shut the fuck up at this point. I'm just being honest. Like, she's making.
I thought she made like an 8-minute video. I didn't watch it, but she made like an 8-minute video last night responding to everybody. I guess, So I don't know. I might check it out at some point.
Sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that.
But back to Travis Hunter though, I doubt he's walking around broke. Like, to Steve's point, he's getting some money from either other places, other avenues, whatever the case may be. But having a player though do this, it is like a big time thing though, right? I mean, I don't know if. I wonder if there are other, 5-star, big time recruits, whatever, in other schools. Like, is this like the norm, or is Travis Hunter just an outlier who's taking care of his teammates?
I haven't heard of anything similar to this. Although, again, with the collective, that's the thing that the boosters pay together to try to make sure that everyone gets something.
Right.
But when you're like Travis Hunter and you are a recognizable guy that just won a Heisman and you get an Adidas deal. That's your deal. That's a true NIL. Cam Ward got one. Cam Ward got real NIL. I think there's probably like 5 to 10 players across the country that got real legitimate NIL deals as it was supposed to be. Everyone else is just pay for play.
Right.
Let's just be honest about it. So.
And you mentioned Heisman. I didn't have a chance, obviously, to ask you about your opinion on it. Did they get it right with Travis Hunter?
I think they did. I think it was either him or Genty, and I think the thing that hurt Genty was, the conference that he's in and the fact a lot of his games. I really, it was hit home when I was in Miami a couple times, and I had to watch Genty at like 2:00 in the morning.
Right.
And I'm thinking, man, a lot of people actually are not watching him. It's one thing to see the box score. 23 carries, 240 yards. But if you don't actually watch it, it's a little bit different. It really is. And so, one thing about Colorado, most of their games are televised nationally when people are either waking up or it's prime time, right? So we got to see a lot of Shedeur Sanders, Coach Prime, and Travis. While Genty was this monster running back putting up these incredible numbers, but I would venture to guess there's a good deal of fans who did not watch more than, let's say, 3 or 4 quarters of Boise State throughout this season.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And I'm one of those guys who, I kind of watched all of his highlights and saw the stat line, but I don't think maybe one time, I actually sat down and just watched Boise. Like, I don't, this entire season. That's a good point. JB doesn't think they got the Heisman right, of course. He thought Jimmy should have won, but
wasn't even close.
Well, there's an argument. Look, there's an argument. It was either him. Look, the voting was relatively close.
Yeah,
but in most
closest 2009, I think. Closest
right. In most situations, the guy that plays at the bigger conference or the higher profile school will win. The only time I saw that trend broken was Ty Detmer in 1990. I was actually surprised when they gave that award to him over Rocket Ismail. I thought Rocket being at Notre Dame, being one of the most explosive, all-around playmakers I had ever seen, really a triple threat with that football, would win it. But when they announced Ty Detmer, I remember being pretty surprised.
Yeah, man. Well, we shall see. It's over now. He won it. So, people are going to always argue about, who should have won it, this, that, and the third. So,
Steve, real quick, I gotta ask you this whole thing. Cam Ward had the season he had statistically. You got a guy up in Syracuse who beat Cam Ward, who had unbelievable stats, who left Ohio State, who's lost to Michigan with no QB. This playoff that starts Friday, you'll be in Saudi apparently.
Yeah.
What are you expecting from these guys going forward? Like, does Ryan Day, apparently he's had a, saving grace from his AD saying doesn't matter what happens, you're the coach. But in the back of his head, does he not have to win this thing?
If they don't win it, or at least get to the final and play a relatively close game, if they don't win, this season will be looked upon as a failure by the Buckeye fan base. When you put this much money into a roster and you put all the chips at the center of the table, it's all or nothing, basically, from Ryan Day. Whether that's fair or not, I don't know. I don't think anyone ever expected this Michigan team to beat this Ohio State team. So that's added pressure. The Oregon loss, that's a close loss. You lost by one play at one of the most difficult places in America against a team that went undefeated. I think most reasonable Buckeye fans were like, okay, but they were expecting to get the rematch in Indianapolis. Didn't happen. Right. So Ryan Day, whether his job's on the line, I'll take the AD's word for it. But in terms of the approval rating, if he gets knocked out in the first or second round, he is the Ohio State Joe Biden, Kamala Harris at that point. That approval rating is very low at that point.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's going to be interesting. So the NFL is coming down to – so there's going to be games. I'm trying to make clear – I want to be clear with this before we move on, Smitty. Friday, you have college football playoffs starting, correct?
Yeah.
And Saturday, right? Saturday too.
Yes,
Clemson, Texas. Why is the NFL scheduling so screwed up to where now they're going to play Saturday? The Chiefs play Saturday, Steve. They play Saturday during the college football playoff. There's all this. The Chiefs play 3 games in 11 days. Yeah. And this has just become unbelievable. 2 Monday Night Football games last night that were unbearable. Yeah. Unbearable. Why are they on at the same time? It just makes no sense.
Yeah, there used to be scarcity, and to be on primetime was special. But this whole Saturday thing, they used to do it. It was okay when there wasn't college football on that mattered. Yeah. So it always happened in like mid-December, going all the way through the last weekend of the season. You kind of liked it. If I was actually here, my focus would be on the college football games because those are playoffs. It is what it is. I mean, last night, I wanted to watch the Vikings because, they had a chance to tie Detroit for first place in their division. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I know it's not all his fault, and that's a bad offensive line. But if I'm a Bear fan, I wonder if I have buyer's remorse over Caleb Williams.
They got it.
But again, we'll see. That offensive line is bad. But the Raiders-Falcons game, what a bad game. That was just bad football. I mean, I'm just watching this last drive, and Desmond Ridder, I get it, he's a backup. I've never seen a 2-minute or a no-huddle 2-minute drill where almost every throw is like a 6-yard hitch. And I'm like, hey, guys, you do know you need a touchdown. I get it. They're playing a deep zone. You got to hit something intermediate. And then they still got a Hail Mary into the end zone. But the way they handle the drive, Coach, it goes to show you quarterback play and skill is at an all-time low. I mean, on 4th and 8, they threw a little route into the flat. They got the first down, but I'm thinking 9 out of 10 times that's tackled for a 5-yard gain. I just
look at that. Look at that clip Bailey just showed. I mean, it's fucking backyard football. This guy has not a clue what is going on pre-snap or post-snap. He's got clean pockets, Steve. Like, I don't understand what these cats – look at these guys jumping around. That motherfucker – Steve, I never said that motherfucker just galloping and shit. Like, I mean, what are we watching, dog? This is the worst football. I'm gonna tell you.
The Raiders are in the market for a quarterback.
Oh.
And look, we know who's up there. And I'm going to say this. I don't know if Shador or Cam Ward or any of these quarterbacks this year is truly worth a top 5 pick. But they're going to be drafted high because, quite frankly, there's a demand for quarterbacks at that. Giants need a quarterback badly. The Raiders need a quarterback badly. hate to say it, Smitty, I think the Colts need a quarterback. Speaking of changing positions,
don't hate to say it. Say it. I love to say it. Smitty knows it too. That's the crazy part about it. Let me ask you, Sam Darnold, if they're not going to sign him,
Sam's going to be a starter next year somewhere.
Is he a Raider? Because I got to ask you, I got to ask you, here's the thing about it. You have to have a quarterback coach combo, in my opinion, if you're going to be great. I think McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers had it. I think, we've obviously seen it with Andy Reid and Mahomes. Everyone has that combo. I don't know.
Well, Coach,
Lombo
let's make sure. We don't know who the Raiders coach is going to be.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, it doesn't look like Pierce is on solid footing, but you bring up a good point. What if the Raiders pay Darnold relatively modestly, right? And with that number 1 or 2 pick, they say, you know what? We're more than just a player away. If we can get a package of another first-round pick, a starting caliber player, and some other draft choices where we have 3 of the first 60 picks, and we get Darnold, who'll be serviceable at the very least, that may be the way to do it. I do not see an Andrew Luck, Cam Newton in this draft where I say to myself, you pick him number 1, you will elevate your franchise automatically. I don't see it with any of these quarterbacks.
The problem is it's the same scenario that I discussed why I think Sam Darnold was going to be so good this year. He will digress, go backwards if you go to a Raiders team that has 0 outside talent. Jacoby Myers, okay. They got the best rookie tight end. Great tight end. Maybe the best tight end in football. I don't know. But do you send a guy like that there, or do you draft a rookie to be put underneath that immense pressure that the Raiders have no O-line? They got a decent tackle and center. They got a good center, Bailey, one of Bailey's guys. He's pretty good center. But you need a lot there, man. I'm just saying, it's a tough rebuild. I don't know if AP is going to survive this, to say the least. I don't know if AP survives it or not, but it's going to be very interesting. In your news, Miami news, before you get out of here, we did it yesterday because Deckers came out at Wazoo and was like, look, man, right now, John Metier is practicing, and then he entered the portal. Again, he's in the portal. Apparently, Miami, the U is one of his destination spots along with Oklahoma. Have you heard anything like that?
Yeah, I believe Oklahoma has the inside track here. I believe his coordinator may be going there. And then Miami took a hit. Isaiah Horton, who I think was going to be their number 1 receiver next year. They had developed him for 3 years, got a pretty good year out of him. He decides he's going to transfer. It's a money deal. I don't know. I tweeted this last week. I don't keep up with it anymore. Let me know in June or July, maybe August, what my roster is. We'll go with that.
It's unbelievable.
Look, I'm going to say this again. It is time to go to multi-year contracts. This is now professional football. Let's get together a collective bargaining agreement that protects everybody, which means players and institutions make contracts binding in terms of payment and commitment and move forward. Let's drop all pretense of this being the student athlete who are now playing amateur sports.
There's no more student athlete. There's no more student. It's a joke. It's a mockery that you have Cal playing Miami. If they really,
I went to it. So
no. I'm just saying if they.
I agree, but look, this is all about television markets, and it is what it is. They've created this, but there's no stopping it now. The toothpaste is out of the tube. You're not putting it back in. But as you and Smitty and Cam Newton, my view is this: if you sign a contract, you don't get to hold out. You sit out of a bowl game. I'd be okay. 1/3 of that money. Let's get that back here.
Yeah.
Return to sender.
No doubt. Let me ask you real quick before you get out of here. I know you got to pack and get on this 19-hour flight. Pat Perez just got back from Saudi, so I know about it. He goes over there 3 times a year. Let me ask you this NFL thing real quick on the NFC North or the NFC overall. The Eagles seem to look like the most dominant team in football. The stepbrothers are back in good graces, A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. They seem to be back on good terms. The Lions, are the Lions beyond repair with all the injuries? Are there hopes shot?
I mean, David Montgomery, the heartbeat, is now out for the year. And so, I mean, he's the guy that really, him and Gibbs are the most dynamic 1-2 punch. I felt the way they were going to have to win from this point forward was to shorten the game, more of the running game, keep the defense off the field. Now without Montgomery, who's your physical inside hammer, I don't know if they have another back that can do that. Jahmyr Gibbs is great at what he does. That's not his style of running. Right. He's a crease runner. To the edges, toss pitches, stuff out into the flat. I don't know if you want to run him inside the 2 tackles too many times.
Got to get another back. Yeah,
a hallmark of a winning team in the playoffs that goes all the way, they generally stay away from the injury bug. Look, they actually did a pretty nice job of overcoming the loss of Hutch, but now Aleem McNeil is out. He gave him a really good punch inside on the pass rush. Now he's gone. He was playing at a Pro Bowl level. They have 13 guys on the injured reserve on one side of the ball. I think Dan Campbell, the reason why he's such a risk taker right now, even more than before, he knows he's got a 3-legged horse.
Yeah.
He's got to steal possessions. He's got to be bold. And now without Montgomery, now you're thinking, oh, geez, do we just have to play 55, 51 games?
Steve, this is why the fucking onside kick rule is the dumbest fucking rule I've ever seen in my entire life, because it takes the surprise attack out. No offense, Pearl Harbor and everybody else, but I got to be honest, Steve. Like, I got to call the other coach and tell him that I'm going to surprise attack you right now in a game where I'm injured beyond belief. I need to surprise teams. I need to steal that possession, Steve.
And me and Whitlock had I didn't mind the onside kick. The defense was not stopping them.
I don't either. Yeah.
If your defense was creating stops, right, have the long field. My view is if you're going to give up a score, I'd rather have you score more quickly when I'm down so I can at least get the ball back. I thought that game, Jason, Coach, was lost in the first 2 possessions. The Buffalo defensive line really kind of controlled the first quarter. And once Buffalo got out the 14-0 lead, I said, this ain't looking good. And then they never actually forced a punt. So that's why it's easy to criticize Dan Campbell. But the more I thought about it was, well, the way that sequence played out with Matt Collins scooping it up, taking it inside the 5, I would much rather have you score in 30 seconds than to take up 6 minutes of the clock in the fourth quarter.
Steve, I don't know if Buffalo can win a Super Bowl. Detroit can win a Super Bowl. I don't know if any of those teams. I actually like the Rams odds now, how they're playing and what they do McVay-wise on offense to keep a team like Detroit on the field on defense, because I'm going to control the clock and keep that offense off. The same with the Eagles. The Eagles was a 1-score game before they pulled away on the Rams a few weeks ago here at SoFi. The Rams are scary going into this thing, but who gets in at the end of the day?
Well,
the Washington Commanders? Is it the Seahawks and the Rams? What do you see this unfolding like?
Well, first of all, the Rams, when they have Kupp, Nakua, and Stafford all together, they have a puncher's chance against anybody on any given Saturday or Sunday or Monday. I tell you the team that's dangerous, if they could just play a clean game, Green Bay.
I know.
They're healthy. They're young. They have playoff experience. They can run the ball. Josh Jacobs has been really good. I think Jordan Love is healthy. Their front 7 is very active, and they're healthy with Kenny Clark and Gray. And they have some real – and that Edgerrin Cooper is a rookie that's starting to make some plays. I really liked him out of A&M. The Packers are the team. I'm just telling you, based on their current health and momentum, I'd hate to play them. I would hate to play them in January.
I agree. And then the Vikings, man, are still a team that no one wants to really talk about how good they are. Before you leave, as you walk out, what would you do? I know if you talk to Whitlock about this, I know he's probably crying as we speak. What do you do if you're Andy Reid and Veach and all these guys in Kansas City? You got to win 2 out of 3, Steve, which is crazy because they got one loss and they got to win 2 out of 3.
They actually have a pretty tough end of the road here.
Of course, the Bills got the Patriots twice.
Right, and the Bills did beat them. You know, I would say this. If the Bills somehow got home field advantage, this has to be their year. And if it snows, Josh Allen may be the best snow quarterback I've ever seen.
Because he's
because of his size and his style, and he seems to really like it.
Yeah.
And he's just this runaway train, this bull in a china shop. But the Chiefs, to me, I was watching a little bit of that Browns game. Man, I love Jameis, but geez, he's horrible at times.
Yeah,
that was a 21-7 game that should have been a lot closer. I wasn't even that thrilled with how the Chiefs played, and then they get Mahomes banged up late. But I just get the sense.
What would you advise though? If you're Andy, what would you advise if you're?
No, you got to play to win the game. I want home field advantage.
Really? Well, they won last year without it.
They did. Well, that's last year, but I just look at the Chiefs as a team. I know that there's an old saying from Bill Parcells: "You are what your record says you are." I just get the sense they are not as good as their record. That's just
I agree.
I
agree with
that
you.
I get.
I agree with you. But if I just got to ask you, Steve, when you go on Whitlock next, and my prediction that I'm about to give you right now, it needs to be said on Whitlock every day for the rest of the year, that Carson Wentz is going to start and they won't miss a beat because of Andy Reid, and they're going to just continue to do what they did with Chad Henne and everybody else that's come through there.
Coach, I think, and again, this is no knock on Patrick Holmes overall, but if you were to say, Steve, if you gave Carson Wentz the full starting load at quarterback as the starter, right, in practice, he got all the reps, so you gave. Do I think he could throw 39 times for 156 yards? Yeah, I do. Guys, look at Mahomes this year. Every game there's a particular pattern. 35 to 40 attempts, well under 300 yards.
But what do I know?
It's like, I'm just saying, a lot of quarterback now. Mahomes, in the last 4 minutes of every game, is dangerous. He makes plays. He doesn't choke. He's clutch. But let's not overhype what he's done this year based on the record. This has not been one of his great years, has it? It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, it's not, and it's actually been the same year that he always has.
The Tyreek Hill years were pretty explosive.
Yeah, the 5,000-yard year. But
that's rare to do that.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's like we see these anomalies, but I'm like, this is what we've seen from him for a long, long time. And if they didn't have the defense they have, Steve, the dink and dunk would be 1-11.
Well, I wouldn't say 1-11, but
Steve, they've lost.
They seem like a team that should have at least 3 or 4 losses.
Oh, I think
which is still good. Good, but it's not, I just don't see them winning a Super Bowl. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't either. I think they'll lose first round, regardless if they have home field or not. That's how crazy it is. Hey, the Chargers got blown out. Bad performance there. I don't know what's going on there. They haven't to me, they scare me because they're also a one and done if they even get in. Harbaugh and Herbert don't have any real weapons.
Well, they still need a true number one. Lad McConkey's good. Quentin Johnson, I'm like, I don't know if he's a bust or not. He still has problems catching the ball consistently. The Chargers make the playoffs. That's a good first year for Jim Harbaugh.
No doubt.
Good first year.
They've already improved from the Staley show. So I agree. Steve, be safe, man. Get over there. No drones, hopefully, or orbs or whatever. And
I'll be flying over them.
When are you back?
I'm back Sunday night. So basically, the trip is you go from LAX. I think we're going to RFK in New York, and then we have a longer flight. A much longer flight to Dubai, and then you take another flight into Saudi Arabia. And then what's actually happening is Fury Usyk will probably end around 2 or 3 on Sunday morning. Okay, and then what happens is we're taking off at 7 o'clock that morning. So basically, you either have to be packed up or be ready to pack as soon as we get back, which is fine. And then you have to take another long flight. And then I'll have to catch up on all the playoff games. And, the thing is, I'm not missing a Miami playoff game. So what's really being lost there? I mean, God damn.
Hey, who do you expect to win that fight?
You guys want to ask who you got winning that, though?
I'm going to go with Usyk again. I had Usyk the first time. I know a lot of people have the conspiracy theories of trying to set up a third fight. I don't know about that. We'll see. One thing about Usyk, he's been an incredibly high-level, consistent fighter. While Fury, as Dick Vitale would say, has been more up and down in the Dow Jones. Maybe we get a better version, but we have not seen a great version of Fury in a while. there could be this physical descent that no one really wants to talk about.
Yeah, awkward body shape type.
Well, he's been like that, JB.
Yeah.
He's kind of shaped like you, JB.
Yeah, I mean, look, Smitty, he nearly lost to Ngannou.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to hear, though, he didn't train. I mean, that's not my problem.
That's on him. That's on him, right? So,
Steve, be safe, man.
All right, guys, talk to you next week.
Palooza next week after.
All right.
All right,
Later.
Steve.
Safe.
Man,
T's and
hell of an
C's,
interview with
T's and
Steve,
P's.
man. My guy.
T's and P's.
Going out, Saudi Arabia.
Who are
Make sure
you?
y'all pray for Steve. Matter of fact, real quick,
Who are
JB,
you?
JB, can you please lead a prayer real quick for Steve?
Who are
Safe
you?
travels.
Who are you? Where you been, homie?
Can you lead a prayer for safe travels for Steve Kim real quick? Brought to you by 5 Hour Energy, man. Get your 5 Hour Energy right now, man. The best energy drink known to men and women. JB, lead the prayer real quick for Steve Kim. Safe travels. Let's get it.
Dear baby Jesus,
The
Korean Kosel, the Crouching Tiger Hidden Gem himself, the knower of all things, the Hidden Gem Miami Hurricane, the U, as you would like to call it, fan of extraordinary proportion. Steve Kim is traveling abroad as he travels from LA to RFK. And in the midst of that, in America right now, there are a lot of orbs. There are a lot of drones. There are a lot of aliens, Lord. And we don't know, Lord, if you put them on this earth to mess with us or if they are the government's way of putting together another pandemic to keep us in our house, Lord. But anyway, Lord, having said that, please, Lord, allow Steve Kim to avoid those orbs and those green-eyed bandits as he travels to New York and deals with the New Jersey drone situation, radiation inflation, and all that other things. And then he goes to go from there to Dubai, Lord. And we already know over there, Lord, Hamas and everyone else is really, really heavy. Make sure that he stays safe within those parameters, Lord. And then he lands safely, Lord, in one of the most racist countries in the world, Saudi Arabia, Lord, where he now has to fend off all the dots and Hamas's, Lord. Please, Jesus, baby Jesus, and all Jesuses, aid over Steve Kim as he travels abroad. Your name, Smitty's name, Jesus' name, amen.
Don't put it in my name.
I should be...
Don't put it in my name, homie.
I don't even know how I say what I say. I have no idea, homie. I just know that's the truth.
The best line you said was inflation, deflation, defamation. You got like a 3 little, you know what I mean? A little Asian situation, defamation, inflation. You know what I mean? That was the
I should
hardest
be a motherfucking rhymer, homie. I should be some sort of, not a rhymer, but like a philosophizer or
MC
like
Square.
some sort of like poet without
MC
rhyming.
Coach.
Yeah.
I could say you do one of you know those little
don't let everybody know another's plan, homie. You got a lot of plans and you be giving them out.
And you don't never move forward. I've thrown some crazy like $1 billion ideas to you, but you just scared you scared to just do it. Billion with a B, homie. Like it's big money out here, and you just scared to put your foot on the gas. Like we live one life for sure. We know that for a fact. You're going to die at some point. Homie. I'm going to die at some point.
But you might come back as like maybe a orb.
That's not what I believe in. And you as a God-fearing man, you shouldn't believe in that either. So unless you're lying about that, you have another belief, which is fine, but just stay consistent. So my point is we have one guaranteed life on this earth. We're both going to die at some point. You're going to die a lot sooner than me, but we're going to die. So my point is this, JB. we got short lives.
I think I outlive you.
I don't think so. I don't believe.
I mean, I got 18. You got 18 years to catch me, but I think I'm not gonna think nothing. I hope you outlive me.
Nah. What was you gonna say? What you about to say though?
I don't know. I hope you outlive me, but like
I do got some blood pressure like shit going on.
What?
I got my kidneys checked the other day, homie. Like it's
I got
for real
perfect
though.
health. I got
pray
perfect
for me
health.
for real. Pray for me. I got some kidney stuff going on. Well, potentially.
10-6 a day. 10-6 a day. I made a Paloma.
See, you be drinking and eating too bad. That's why, like, no bullshit. If you live to 90, wow. Like,
baby, how can I give you this Paloma video? Can I show you? How can you put this in there? Because it's on the new channel.
Just send it to him, homie. Email it to him. Or how long is the video?
I don't know. It's hard to do though. I don't know how to do that.
You don't know how to send a video, homie?
I mean, I do, but
hey, all my homies is like mad because I keep saying homie. Like,
no, they all say. And everybody hits me up. Everybody hits me up and saying you biting.
The other day I was talking to Sheldon. Sheldon said, he said, "Hey, bro, stop calling me homie, man." I started cracking up.
Baby, I sent you an email with the Paloma on it from last night. Oh shit, I don't know what I sent him. There's all kind of shit. It's in the drive. But I did a Paloma video last night. Paris cut it. Damn, Bailey's quick as hell with that. Take a look at it.
All right. Now it's time for some Palomas. God damn it. Coach JB's barbecue. First of all, you're going to cut a lime, all right? Wow. Do it just like that. Wow. Spray it right in your face. That's what she said. Take that lime and make sure you go around the rim. Get this bitch nice and wet. You want a Paloma with some goddamn tahini? Get that bitch nice and wet. We're going to dip it in the box. Bow. Get that tahini on there. Bam. Now we got the tahini. Now put some ice in it. All right. Go over here to my chest. Put some ice. Bam. Now you get your favorite tequila. Kirkland Reposado. Or you can get the Kirkland Anejo. So take that Repo, pour it right over that ice. Melt that ice down. I'm a heavy-handed pouring motherfucker, so we're going to heavy-hand that bitch. And then I'm going to advise you all to go get some stirrings. Paloma mix. Go get you some stirrings, Paloma mix. I'm not too heavy on the acidic grapefruit, so I like this a little bit. Just a little bit of that. And then you want to get your favorite soda in the world. Bam! Bam! Boop, 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 boop. Take your little last piece of that lime, squeeze it on top, and voila. You got you a hell of a Paloma in less than 3 minutes.
Why you throw the straw like that?
Make you want to smack your motherfucking mama. Woohoo!
Hey, that motherfucker do look good, though. I can't even hate on that. And shout out to Paris. Paris did that? She sliced and diced that thing. That's
I got Paris on some private shit. I got her doing some things.
You ain't got her on no. Yeah. Paris, I'm about to hit you
up.
I
know how to do shorts. I'm the short guy.
Hey, do everything.
Hey, we're gonna take a commercial break real quick, and we're back with Bama legend T Rich because one of their best.
T Rich is on today.
Because you don't prepare. You just come on the show, homie, and you read what Bailey said to do. You are the epitome of Mina Kimes. You read what they give you.
You don't know production at all, and you're gonna stop disrespecting Mina Kimes. She's actually better than you, homie, at this. If we're gonna keep it all the way at Bain, she's way better than you. She speaks better than you. She lays out facts, not opinions. She's been doing it a long time.
If I was on ESPN,
she made more money than you. Like
I would speak accordingly too. I would absolutely dominate her in her own world. If you put me on ESPN for one day and you gave me the teleprompter to read, I would dominate her. People would be like, "Damn, you saw the interview with the kid.
You just reading the teleprompter to set up topics. It's not what you think."
I ad-libbed a current transfer portal interview with a kid that was better than any ESPN interview you could do. Let's keep it funky.
Jason,
Darnell, you gotta admit
ignorant to this world. People are not reading teleprompters during the entirety of the show. You read a teleprompter to set up a topic. Okay, next up, we got Jameis Winston threw for 3 picks and 3 touchdowns in another game against the Saints. Question is James Winston's career over? Boom. At that point, there's no more teleprompter. It's you, your notes, and your opinion and your thoughts. She's not sitting here like a robot just reading the teleprompter for an hour straight. That is false. I'm trying to educate you.
If you don't stop defending Mina, I'm gonna get a new co-host.
I'm her number 1 fan. And
take us to commercial, Smitty or Bailey. Bailey.
Yeah.
I gotta go get me some coffee because I can't listen to Mina Kimes no more. So let's bring in, we got T-Rich after this, Bama legend. Smitty, so you know, Bama's one of their best players entered the portal. And I can't wait to ask Bama legend T-Rich about it. Core Power is not paying us, homie. Stop showing it. I guess there's a female that's not very happy with me. I guess something that me and you did in the studio, I believe.
Well, let me read it for the audio listeners. So it says her name is Alejandra, I think, like Cafe, her name on Twitter. Says JB, just saw your video where you used a clip of me from the news, ran it back several times and made very crude comments. I honestly can't believe you would or anybody would speak on people living their lives in a way that they please, and you don't know them. Shaking my head. JB responded, said, "Excuse me, show me, please. I can't wait to see this."
So I said that was this morning.
This morning, yep. And then she said, "Oh, don't mind if I do." And there's a video clip that we have on our channel that says Coach JB goes off about Indiana Valor Pro Women's Football Team.
This was recent because I had the green beanie in the studio. This had to be pretty recently.
Yeah, we in the
I'm
studio.
trying to remember. Honestly, right now, live, I don't remember this, so I'm trying to remember it as we watch it. Indiana Valor, I must have started off as a joke fucking with Smitty because he's from Indiana, and I think it was the women. I'm pretty sure that's where we're headed.
I remember the moment. I can't remember what you said though at all. Like
I think Bailey's queued it up, so I don't know.
Bailey got the clip?
I think so.
The Indiana Valor, are you?
Let's do it right now then.
You don't want
That's
this.
my state. That's my area. Matter of fact, we got a video about the Indiana Valor and the women's tryout of football.
Can I please remove myself? I might need to remove myself.
For what?
Because I don't want to put you in harm's way.
And look how short I am.
Or any women. You know,
because you don't respect women. You don't love women.
Respect women.
You don't respect women, homie.
I respect
your
women.
words say one thing,
women.
but your actions don't follow it.
No, they don't. I respect women.
You don't want women to do nothing but fucking makeup and cook. Do makeup, cook.
It's not true.
And sleep with you and stay home.
I want women to go get the bag.
No,
I want them to be entrepreneurs. It's real shit. I'm not lying. Why would I lie? I want them to be entrepreneurs. I want them to be CEOs. I want them to be great mothers. I want them to be fucking women. But I don't want butch haircut motherfucking broads coaching fucking football around a bunch of sweaty men who let their nuts hang in a motherfucking locker room. And then I got to go home and watch your dirty foot broad ass get into my motherfucking bed after you just got socked in the face in an MMA fight by 300-pound bitch. And then I come home and tell me, come on, baby, let's go shopping. Bitch, get out of here. You just got pummeled by another broad and your feet look horrific and you just snapped your motherfucking femur. I don't want to watch that. I don't want that. That ain't no female, homie. Okay.
So for clear, I think that's what she's mad about, JB.
I don't know if she's mad about that though, because she said her. I talked about. Nah, because she said I talked about her in specific.
Well, the clip is still going. I mean,
it's a long clip.
Let's find the moment. Let's find the moment. It's a 12-minute clip.
Bailey, can you find it before or no?
No, I was like, maybe, yeah. Well, shoot.
Well, where do I talk about?
Let's play around with it live. Oh, and pause. I just try to skip through until we see. I'm sure we're gonna. Here we go. Here we go. Right here. I just started around here, and let's see.
Let me rewind.
She's a black woman though, so I'm trying to see.
I'm trying to see.
Okay, hold on. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, here. Oh, okay. Go back. It's
a Valor. And check out the tryouts here.
Hey, Indiana's newest pro football team held tryouts, trying to fill its roster for the 2025 season. More than 175 women from across Indiana showed up today, hoping to land a spot on the Indiana Valor. This team is set to join the Women's Football Alliance League next year. They competed today in drills to showcase their skills, speed, and football knowledge. One player has been telling us she wants to inspire football knowledge, their skills, drills to showcase their skills, speed, and
why you stop it, Jason? He's in the middle of the video. Showcase your speed, your skills.
I'm in the studio.
Lights heat up. These lights get hotter.
What is wrong with you right now?
These lights got
the fans and the audio listeners were trying to listen to the video, and you paused it out of nowhere to get up and take a lap. What you going through, homie?
I saw the throw, homie. I saw the throw.
Can we take a moment? Listen.
That's a good dig, Ralph. A good dig throw. 3-step.
Smitty, you got to stop telling yourself that it's a good throw. Like, seriously.
homie, why your tone changed? He said, I saw the throw, homie.
And I said, you gotta stop telling yourself that it's a good throw. Come on, homie.
And you were so disappointed, bro. Like you was like, come on, like Darnell.
All right, I gotta see where I talk about the sister.
It's not gonna look the exact same as the
I don't
man,
care.
bro.
Don't compare it to men.
This is a women league. Okay, then
but
relax.
Go back
relax.
to my point. Go back to my
And
point.
maybe she's not a good quarterback.
All right.
I've seen bad throws and fucking practice with fellas. Contrary to belief. People trying to figure out what their position is. Come on, bro. Stop.
All right, listen.
Stop. No. You find what you're looking for, Jason. You find what you're looking for. If you're looking for negativity, you're going to find negativity.
All right. So can we go back to my point, though?
What's the point?
The point is women. I love women to be.
Sister right there.
This her?
Yeah, sister.
Sister.
No, it's not. It's her. Sister.
Sister.
Fucking look like a brother.
AH.
Looks like a brother.
No, it's not. Here's a
So
I'm starting thinking you didn't really grow around black women like that because you don't understand that. Well, I don't know. You don't understand the hair complexities and stuff like that. Like no, dude, her hair's in a bun.
She has Dax and Murray's on, homie. Bitches don't wear Dax and Murray's, homie. She's got Murray's in her hair, bro.
Jason, stop calling these women bitches.
She's got some. I should just do this show myself because, like, you missed for an hour. T-Rich is late. BPS, homie. Fuck.
I recall yesterday's show, the beginning of the show started. I had to do the intro. I had to freestyle, make up some backup topic that wasn't on the rundown. You had to lead the show for 14 minutes because you randomly just decided not to be on the show because you had a phone call.
How
So
many minutes?
I don't hear no backlash. My computer
How many
spazzed
minutes?
out. It overloaded and it literally I had
So
to
like
restart the
mine
whole
yesterday,
thing.
like mine yesterday.
Well, there it is then, homie. Then why you complaining then? All right then. I mean, shut this motherfucker down, man. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show brothers. I had to cook them just now. That's what I just have to do. So
That's not cooking at all.
it's
Let
like
me ask
a
something real
baby
quick.
cook.
You know what the good part about not having like a lot of people around you, like family, bitches, kids? I don't gotta buy shit for nobody for Christmas.
But you also don't get anything.
I know. I don't. I buy my own shit.
I know,
I give me extra shit.
But it's still nice to have somebody who just care about
You're not ready for this mindset, homie. Get rid of all your siblings, people out there. Get rid of all your family members, all your friends. Buy more shit for yourself. Then you don't have to lose it in a divorce or a settlement. You keep all your shit. Just giving free game out there. It's not even free game Friday.
JB, but no, you're not about to preach to the people like the lifestyle of being by yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's cool if you have to do that during a season or that's what you got going on. But don't preach that as if that's the better option to do. The better option is definitely to create that nuclear family, that father, that mother, that son, that daughter, raising them to be great young men and women of this planet. That's the route you want to go. You want to have people who love you and support you. What you're doing is cool, and you maintaining, but don't use that as a way to like don't let your trauma be the example for the rest of the JB show people. Do not listen to that, young people, at all. Get you a family, find you a queen, find you a good man, marry them, and build a beautiful family together and populate the earth with more good people. Don't listen to Jason.
I think we need to get rid of a lot of people. So I'm not totally mad at what happened, but we got to get rid of. Damn, I got a cough. We got rid of
Jason's trauma. He'll never admit it because, in the public eye, he wants to be viewed as this hard-nosed, tough guy with no emotions, never cried, never felt, never did it. You know what I mean? This is But when you really peel back the layers, which I have, and I know Jason on a personal level, there is a very sensitive emotional side to Jason, and there's some things he's been through as a child only he knows that he'll go to the grave with, that has trained his mind to be this way and to be stubborn and be stuck in his ways. But if he takes a step back out of his emotions and thinks with a logical mindset, he'll know that what he's preaching is not what we should practice, and it's not the best thing for us to do as a society. Listen to what Big Smitty's trying to tell you. I'm emotions aside. Having family, building family is beneficial in a multitude of ways if you find the right person. That's the fact.
Today I gotta go get my mom something. She's the only person I talk to that's living that I know.
Talk to your brother all the time.
Here and there. I don't really fuck with him. Here's the issue. My other brother died. My dad died. I don't talk to my daughter. I don't have a friend.
You ain't got no cousins, though? You ain't got no cousins?
Here's a problem to your point. Here's the problem.
Keep it real. Here we go. Thank you. Let's keep it real today.
The one person that you have to go get something for, she knows that. My mom is a very manipulative person. She's like me. She birthed me.
Duh.
She knows I don't get anyone else shit. So she's going to give me God's hardest gift to find and get on planet Earth.
Yeah.
I got to go find a 7-quart KitchenAid mixer. And I've been looking for one for a week. And Amazon doesn't they won't deliver it before Christmas. So I have to go find one somewhere. And by the way, the motherfucker's like $900. Right. It's not fucking,
You got it.
It's not a fucking toaster. It's a fucking mixer they don't even make. That's $1,000. So thanks a lot, Mom. Shout out to everybody out there that don't get shit for nobody, but that one person, and then you get the hardest fucking possible gift. So I got to go find that gift, Smitty. So anybody in the chat, anybody out there that knows I got a hookup on it, hit me up. If you got a little, whatever, offer up. I'll take a bootleg one and I'll cop it off as I'll change the box and shit.
Let me call the homies. Let me try to figure this thing out. I'm gonna call the homies. I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm sure somebody got some, at the chop shop, whatever.
I used to go buy one, bring it home, put the old one in the box, take it back, and then we get the refund.
Yeah, of course. Come on now.
I did that PlayStation for years.
That's everyday stuff right there.
Yeah, I do all kinds of shit. I can't even show you and talk about it because you wouldn't even understand it. But
we can talk about it. It's been long. What's that law called when it's been an X amount of time where they can't punish you no more?
7 years, yeah.
Statute of limitations. Yeah, you good now. Yeah, you can talk about it.
No, it's called common law. You get married 7 years too, apparently, but I'm not doing that.
Anyway, move on to the next topic. I don't know where T-Rich is at. T-Rich probably having technical issues. So his laptop or his phone or something like that.
T-Rich is going to come on, Smitty, and we're going to discuss this thing about Sacramento State and Norfolk State possibly or having interviewed Michael Vick, legendary left-hand ball spinner extraordinaire.
My guy.
Greatest athlete ever played the quarterback position. Where are you with that? And then to tie in that, and then Doug Gottlieb got involved, who's coaching, like his first time coaching, just like J.J. Redick and Adam Schefter. Where you at with this?
Listen, man, I used to work with Gottlieb at 5. I'm not sure he still does radio or not, but I know Doug, whatever. He's like, we're cordial. Like, he's seen me, he's gonna speak. He's not always been nice, all this type of stuff. But you got called what you call it. He got cooked on this one, man. Schefter got him on this. Sometimes you take an L, you know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to. So for the audio listeners, y'all, so Adam Schefter put out a tweet saying Sacramento State is in discussions to hire former Pro Bowl QB Mike Vick as its new head coach per sources. Sacramento State plans to move up to FBS and is building a new stadium and has has reached its initial goal of raising $50 million in NIL funds to strengthen the school's case for an invitation to the Pac-12 or Mountain West. So anyway, long story short, Doug responded to that $50 million in NIL funds message and said, Jesus, Shefty, Edit what agents tell you. 0.0% chance Sacramento State has $50 million in NIL. Schefter then responds to that and says, in Jesus, Doug, a 7-game losing streak and last place in the Horizon League, less time on social media and more time in the gym.
Well, that was his second tweet. The original tweet to the 0.0 chance was, I'm going to fix Smitty because Smitty's wrong. The SAC-12 leading the school's NIL efforts. Basically, he's proving to Doug Gottlieb that's where his resources were from, that they do have $50 million indeed. So he kind of corrected, or he kind of showed that this is my nut drop, and I'm showing you what my resources tell me. I have a hard time believing Sac State, a small FCS school, has that money. But why is Doug Gottlieb tweeting when you're a head basketball coach right now? I don't understand that. But at the same time, we got to stop hiring just anybody. I love Michael Vick and everything. He's never coached anywhere, any level, anything. We're going to give him a job in California, let's just say, that is a completely different dynamic than fucking Norfolk, Virginia, and Newport News and the East Coast. It's not, and it's Northern Cali, Smitty. It's not like it's LA. It's not like it's something like that. This is a complete, you got to stop. We got to stop with this.
I believe in Michael Vick. I disagree completely. I believe in Michael Vick. He's a coacher. He's changed the culture. All players know him, especially black players. They're going to want to play for him because of the name he is. It comes down to the staff that he hires. Michael Vick will be the face, will be the leader, will be the voice, but it's about the staff, the OC, the DC, the guys he get around him that will determine the success rate of others. But when it comes to recruiting and being a face and getting young players that want to come play for him, Michael Vick can do that. He can bring money to the school, visibility at a similar level as Deion. Michael Vick can do it, will do it. I believe in him. But guess what, man? Without further ado, man, it's Tuesday. It's T-Rich Tuesday. We got to bring him in no other better way than the way we always do it, man. Show the video right now, and then it's time for T-Rich Tuesday. Baby,
Yeah. I'm in my mode, ready to transform you into I hate a storm, Hail Marys, I make it pour. Good, I ain't lying, you little giants, we been defiant. Rise, let's cross, feed the balls, breaking down the walls. We all in once the coin guitars, fight the plan of action, never acting, we need to scramble to get traction, we make it happen. When the snap comes, it's race, keep them up, Richardson, into the end zone.
Yeah, what's going on, T-Rich? We can't hear you, homie. Fuck. You're on mute. You're on mute. You ain't locked in.
My bad.
How you doing, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How y'all doing?
We doing good. First and foremost, is the kids with you in the car right now?
No.
I want to make sure because I want to cuss today. I want to cuss. I want to fuck shit. I want to say something like that. I want to make sure you're not there.
You don't even cuss.
Well, I'm starting a new path.
GPS,
Listen, man, I need it.
He comes late, leave early, no mic. Smitty left for 30 minutes because he was late. T-Red.
I was not late, T-Rich. I had a computer malfunction, the same malfunction that Jason had yesterday, and he's talking crazy.
Jason, homie.
Hey, I'm not calling JB no more. Until I get
T-Red, I got to ask you what your thoughts on this Michael Vick is right out the gate. Him taking over one of these programs. He never coached youth football, never coached anything. Where you at with this possibility?
That's what we're doing today. That's what we doing.
Yep, get straight to it. You better say the right answer, brother.
Man,
hey, shout out to our boy, because Eddie George has done it and he's turned it over and figured it out.
Yeah,
so
100%.
4 years in, I believe. 4 years in. Deion had coaching experience. At least he's coached youth and camps in high school. I don't know, T-Red.
I think he can do it.
So go ahead.
Don't do that, man. We're going to put it that way. I think he can do it, right? I think he can do it. He's going to have to put like Smitty was saying, he's going to have to put a coaching staff together. And that coaching staff got to be one of the most unbelievable coaching staffs that you can have coming out the gate. Because if you get you a good coaching staff, you get those kids to buy in and make those kids believe. Just like you know, JB, everything you did You had the best coach that you could have at that level.
We're only as good as our coaches, T. Rich. You know that.
100%. 100%. It comes down to position coach at the end of the day, D-court. That's what it comes down to. The face is important, don't get me wrong, for visibility and marketing and branding and bringing in money and players and recruiting, all that, and organization, all that, man. But it's about his staff. As long as he has a
staff,
the
thing gonna be for him, like those kids can relate. Like that man have been in prison. He done all that. Like he's done been in that, in that environment to where like, oh, coach, I know you done seen this. I know you done been through it. Why can't we take this from you? Let's take this from you. And I think he's gonna be around some kids that you put this man around some kids that's going to buy into that system and that's gonna be hungry. But you got to go get some yard dogs too, though.
Like imagine if Vic hired like Coach Jason Brown as the offensive coordinator, and he hired Trent Richardson as the running back coach, and then he hired like my thing is, you tell me he couldn't be successful, homie? Are you kidding me? Y'all crazy as hell.
Let me answer, Smitty. I got to educate sometimes, man. And Smitty just talking out both sides of his mouth here. First of all, on this side, Michael Vick, who ain't never coached, is going to be the best coach ever. That's what Smitty said.
I ain't say that.
Over Belichick, Saban, everybody. He just came out and said Michael Vick will be the best coach ever. And then
Trent, I didn't say that, Trent.
on the other side, T. Rich, you said you got to go get those dogs at assistant coach. And I said the same thing, and Smitty goes, absolutely, it's all about the coaches. Who are you going to get at Sacramento State and Norfolk, Smitty? Stop! Stop! Do you realize that Belichick got a $20 million staff pool of money? Sacramento State and Norfolk probably has $200,000 staff pool of money.
But how much money? Michael Vick got $100 million. Bet you just gave him $20 million. He still got $100 million from the NFL. This man paid himself. He gonna pay the coaches on the side, homie. He's trying to win.
T-Rich,
Hey, Vic, holler at me then, Vic. What we talking about, Vic? Holler at me. You paying him on the side. Hey, me and JB like, hey.
Exactly, Trent. Trying to tell these dudes, man.
You in the sack? What are we doing?
Listen, it's a different era, Jason. And I just feel like we in the era where now, man, when you have a big brand, like you had too, like be real. Last Chance U, your brand got huge, and you had all types of players just wanted to come play, just to be a part of the system and the culture, be close to you because of how popular you were. This is Michael Vick. I'm talking about the Madden 2004.
They're gonna have to do that though. They're gonna have to build a show around him. Like they're gonna have to build this, like and base it up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like for them kids to want to eat and learn, like Prime being Prime. Yeah. Prime has been having shows since them kids. Like I was just looking at some on YouTube, my kids last night. All them kids been on YouTube. They hadn't had their own YouTube channel since they was down Shador and them.
Yeah,
and it's like crazy. Kids. Like that's all they know. It's like they're like the new modern day televised kids. If you think about it, right? Because that's what the kids know. Like we done seen their whole life. Them, the Ball brothers, the LaMelo, them, but they're gonna have to put a show together for that. For him to bring in those type of coaches that we're talking about. And if you're gonna throw them some money on the side, I'm always available. But whatever. You go.
Hey, T-Rich. We gotta get to brass tacks. It's college football playoff week, and this Friday starts.
Is it?
Your Bama, college football, yeah.
Bama about to lose, yeah.
Your Tide not in it, dog. They didn't get in it. So I got to ask you.
Bama playing in the Before Brady's Bowl. I heard. What'd you say, JB? Go ahead.
The transfer portal, T-Rich has like 6,300 kids in it already, and Alabama. And I got to ask you right out the gate, is one of the best, most dynamic ball catchers in the country. Ryan Williams, the rumors are out there. Is he going to really leave and transfer? Is it a possibility that he does that?
I don't see Ryan leaving. I know Mbakwe is leaving, though. He is.
Mbakwe gone? I just met Mbakwe and Ryan Williams a month ago. They came to Fox, did a podcast with Keyshawn. They was together. They was locked in like this.
DB gone. I mean, he took money. You didn't see Nick Saban and all these people have been talking about it. Dang. Not real Nick Saban Twitter, but I'm just saying.
I ain't know Mbakwe was gone. It's crazy. They had a podcast and everything was doing him and Ryan like that because they close. And Mbakwe and Ryan
like they close. Like and that's the scary thing about the Ryan stuff, right? Because you don't lose guys like Ryan or Ibakwe. Like you don't. That's like losing Julio and Drake Kirkpatrick or Mark Barron. You don't lose those key guys like that. Orlando
Didn't you lose a
McClain,
lineman too to Colorado? Didn't Deion get a lineman from Alabama too?
Yeah, well, we knew we were gonna lose him. He got more. That was the guy from earlier this year. We was talking about that. Transferred in the middle of the season. He had a lot of family issues going on. And I wish that kid the most, man, for real, because somebody need to. Yeah, I know I was talking to the kid a lot, and I still reach out to him, but it's a lot going on.
Yeah. You talked about it.
Yeah, man, it's just situations, But
man, this portal's crazy. 6,300 kids, T. Rich, and just do the math. If you're coaching these youngsters now at the high school level, and you see this, and you're like, okay, timeout. There's 132 or 131 Division I schools. Okay, if y'all got in one school each, that's 130 kids. There's 6,200 kids still left. Do they not understand simple math? Like, they're not going to go somewhere like that. They're not all going to go nowhere. Why? What do they think is going to happen? And do they understand the ramifications of killing the high school recruit? Because high schools are being left out. High school kids are being left out because of a portal, which is a recyclable, thing. It's a joke, man. It's killing high school.
So my question is, when are you going to have to start using the high school kids again? Because it can't just keep circling like that. Because eventually those kids in the COVID area gotta run out, right?
Exactly, 100%. At some point. I'm thinking the same thing. At some point, the guys will graduate. And literally, you have no choice but to go back to high school, guys. Because
but you got guys getting 9 and 10 years now in college football. So
exactly, that's my point, Smitty. I don't think you realize the fact that when we see this happen in real life with anything, certain cars, okay, we got rid of gas, we went to electric. All right, now guess what happened? People start, fuck gas cars. Eventually, you'll get old and tired of it and just quit. How many good high school football players are there still going to be playing that are tired and fed up and say, you know what, I ain't going D1 no way. I'm quitting football. And we see that over 4 or 5 years. You're not going to have nothing to recruit anyway out of high school because nobody will be playing. The drop-off is already drastic right now. Participation in high school football in the country is down more than it's ever been.
Well, you got to think about it. You go to the kid destroyer. Like, that kid is probably one of the best kids I've ever seen on YouTube that's never played the game. Right?
Yeah.
And that kid stopped playing football to be a YouTuber, and he's making way more money on YouTube. And it took him a shorter process than it took him having to go through 4 years of playing football somewhere and probably going to Canada and coming over here. Then, you know what I mean? Like, it's a whole process, bro. Like, and, kickers don't get drafted like that, too. So it's one of those things to where, like, do I got to go through all this? Or I can just get on Instagram and make some guys laugh on YouTube, make some people follow me around and get them followers up and make money.
JB saying it's true, which, I mean, he has a hell of a point. Football going to end there.
I'm telling you, dog, listen, it won't end to your point that you're saying, like, just fall off. It'll end to the point that the talent will be so bad. JUCO's so bad right now, talent-wise, versus when I was just there, that it is a joke, dog. It's not what I'm just telling you. That's just in about 7-8 years. So imagine another 8 years. By the way, Smitty, just for context, the kids playing right now are still living off of the COVID year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So what do you think's happening? Like, the COVID shit is just now ending, but it's already just in the COVID era since it's been, 4 years? Going on 5 now almost already. Crazy that Kobe, rest in peace, passed away on that day that it basically launched. That was kind of the COVID day. In that short span of time, we've seen guys go from having 4 years of eligibility to 8 years of eligibility, and they've abused the rule. We've taken away the SAT and ACT score combined with the sliding scale GPA. We eliminated that so kids can go to school, and then still didn't get recruited because we kept guys in the portal. JUCO got imploded, and JUCO imploded in that same time frame. And we've created an NIL deal, which is now called pay to play. And it has created this entire Wild Wild West scenario that is not good for football. We got women playing flag football. We got high school football. It's bad, man. Everything's become like a full circle joke. And now we're like, oh, shit. And it's going to get better, Smitty? I don't say it's going to end. I'm just telling you, we got the Pro Bowl playing flag football, homie. Just throwing that out there. I don't know if you realize that or not.
I don't even watch it, homie.
Exactly. You don't watch it. Exactly made my point. In 4 years from now, what do you think it's going to be?
But my point is, if nobody's watching and the ratings go down, that means they're losing money. That means there's no league.
Look what's happening with the NBA, Smitty. Look at the NBA right now. It's before our very eyes. It's happening now.
Which tells me, JB, that something will change again because everything's full circle.
Well, what's happening is they're learning to use this tech world, right? And so these people put up a 30-second or 7-second reel, and that turns into the views now. Like the new phone is the phone is your new TV. Like,
follow Dion around. Follow Dion and his sons, and they got a whole media. They made a whole media thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, live forever or something. For sure. I mean, listen, you either sit back, complain, and let time pass you and money pass you, or you suck it up, put the pride aside, learn the new ropes, and find a way how you can leverage the situations going on now. So, I don't know, man.
And what JB getting to is like it's not.
You muted.
You muted, homie.
He probably got a call. He might have to call back.
We can hear him, I think. Trent?
He muted. Once you get a call on your phone, you got to re-call in again.
Yeah, I don't know why StreamYard does that. That's a glitch that StreamYard.
I think it's an iPhone issue.
You think it's an iPhone issue?
I've been learning because I got a new iPhone the other day, man. I had to transfer my phone over, and it's crazy. You know how when the hacking and shit, I had to change all the password, everything. And then trying to log back in on your phone when you get a new phone, dog, it was a nightmare yesterday, homie. Nightmare yesterday. I wanted to call you and cuss you out just on GP.
Yeah, I'm glad you did it because that probably would end the bad for you. So it's good thing that you talk
great
through it and didn't do it because I'm not.
By the way, this picture, I was just fucking around. I saw this picture. I put it on Twitter. It's got like 1 million views. It's not even a video. Why? I don't get it. Shit like this takes off, Smitty, but then I could do a whole segment and it won't even get 500 likes. It's crazy how that works, isn't it?
That's the algorithm. And you got to think a whole segment.
What did you read it for the audio listeners?
No, I want you to read it.
No, you do so much better, though, reading it.
But I only read it at 7th grade level. I think you should read it. So basically, Jason Brown posted a picture of a lady named Sage. She's 34 years old. I think it's her dating profile. And what Jason Brown posted on his Twitter is a picture of her that says, if you voted for Trump, there's no way we're going to hump. If you vote for Trump, there's no way we're going to hump. And JB tweeted this picture out and put fuck. And I guess evidently it went viral. So that's what Jason Brown put out on his page, on his individual personal page. So that's what it is. And, Cheer Chris says Sage is body positive. Yes, she is, Chris. Yes, she is. And, so that's what it is. So Jason Brown continues to he's probably the top 5 troll online. 50 Cent got you beat, but
really, I don't follow it. I don't know what he does. Nah, AB, no, AB's one.
50 Cent be trolling. AB, 50 Cent. I gotta think of some other guys for sure.
What's trolling mean actually?
I mean, just trolling, motherfucker. Like,
what does that trolling mean though?
Like always just fucking with people, not necessarily fake, but like fucking with people all the time. Putting out shit like this that you know is gonna cause controversy and conversation, just little shit like this. Yeah.
Let me ask you then: smash or pass?
She ain't too bad. She just heavy set. She's not my type. So
see, I'm just gonna be real. Everything.
Smash, pass for me.
All
pass
the
for me,
Twitter.
She's not my type.
I just want to throw out.
I've seen worse, bigger women. Like she got long hair. Her skin cool. You know,
everybody on Twitter is like saying like brothers would smash. And is that a real narrative? I just want to ask a brother.
I think you would let her AE you though, 100%. 100% you would.
Nah, she got no kneecaps. Her kneecaps go right to.
What I gotta do with AE though?
Because you gotta have some sort of like it's gotta be some sort of like I have to be able to be turned on some sort of way.
You're not even looking at her though in that position that you be in.
I know, but her face.
You be face down, homie.
Yeah, but her face and her thighs are rubbing. Like it's a bad situation, homie. Like it's a bad situation. Her thighs and her ankles are all one. I don't understand how that works. How that works.
Well, JB, you're not the most fit person either, so
I'm very fit. I'm very fit. I look good. Contrary to belief out there.
I'm saying it's just tough. Like me and you both are bigger people. We can't be on here trying to judge somebody else who's bigger than us. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not. I'm not judging at all. I'm not judging at all. I'm not judging at all.
Because you were just under 300. You was over 300 pounds 3 months ago, homie.
Not over, but I was right there.
You was 301, homie.
Nah, but I mean, would you let her gawk?
Well, I'm a married man, so it's kind of hard. But like, if
you're not married though. Shout out to your wife. You're not married. This is just hypothetical.
Yeah, I mean, in another world, I had a twin brother, and like his name was Dwayne. I would tell him he should definitely get that gawk for sure. Not even a question. Probably be phenomenal.
I can't do it because she's like I already know she'll probably walk in your house with a mask on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I can't fuck with it. I can't fuck with it. You
won't, man. Yeah, you got this belief that everybody that votes for the left is just like just fucking like robot. This mask
weird,
on.
homie. I had to cut
everybody's not extreme, homie. Everybody's not extreme.
Out yesterday at Verizon, homie. I had to cut that. Cat at Verizon walked in with a mask, homie. I'm like, and then he was a worker, and then they were taking forever to see me. I'm like, dog, I've been here for an hour. What's happening? And this motherfucker was like super like defensive, like attitude. Oh, I cussed this motherfucker out, homie. I guarantee you, Kamala. But let's bring in T. Rich real quick.
You had an attitude as well. You think you could press people and they supposed to be like soft and bow down to you? Nah, homie. If you go with energy, okay, but if you going with a certain type of energy, they're gonna bring.
Do you, homie? Do you?
Yeah. Okay.
Do you? Yeah. Eddie Manyweather, shut the fuck up. We've seen what you said 12 times. Shut up before I block you. All right, T. Rich, you're back. We're black. We're back. Let's dive into it.
Jason's white as hell, man. I'm gonna go to the next topic though.
Yeah,
Bill Belichick and North Carolina have landed their first commit out of the transfer portal in Holy Cross center Christo Kelly. Bill Belichick's doing a hell of a job recruiting right now. He's locking people in. T. Rich, man, what's your thoughts right here on Bill Belichick?
This is the motherfucker that just signed him, T. Rich. This motherfucker just signed. I got 9 Super Bowl rings. Motherfucker just like, whatever. Hey, this motherfucking Holy Cross Center, homie. He's gonna be a first rounder, NFL legend. This guy, nobody knows who he is. Lombardi and this motherfucker picked the diamond in the rough. They're gonna find the next fucking Kelsey right here. Nobody's gonna know. That's the difference between Belichick, homie. He's gonna find guys that this motherfucker's an NFL, and everybody else passed on the kid.
Yeah,
well, I'm telling you, watch.
I believe it. Remember his name, T. Rich. Christo Kelly, for real. Hall of Famer, Christo Kelly. Remember that name. But listen, do you believe in Belichick, man? You had a coach who's friends with Belichick who has a lot of similarities, actually. They actually coached together way back in the days. Do you believe that Belichick will actually turn his program around? Be real.
Hey, JB, you crazy, man.
Hey, the tweet say, look at the picture, JB. It says, just sign the fucking paper.
Yeah, he's like, just sign this motherfucker. Let's go. You're not shit. And Nick Saban's actually there with them, probably like, hey, fucking. I can't wait for Nick Saban to go be his DC. But anyway, go ahead, T-Rich.
I highly doubt if Nick gonna go work for any goddamn body.
That's his brother, though.
He worked for him before. 40 years ago.
You think Kirby Smart gonna go work for somebody right now?
Nah, but we need the old heads back, man.
I think Saban gonna take over Bama program again.
Man,
T-Rich, anyway, T-Rich next. Can Belichick win at North Carolina?
So this is my thing, y'all, and this is what I just learned too.
What's your thing?
And I just learned this, and I'm not. Listen, I believe in Belichick, so I can't deny. I ain't never beat his ass. So I think we got him 1 year in a regular season. They came back and beat us in the playoffs. But I never bet against Belichick. I never bet against Pete Carroll. I never bet against Coach Saban. But I will say this: after watching Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, right? Just listen when I'm fit to go with this. I think this is a young man game down here. I think he will do better at the professional level because there's a lot going on around it that coach don't want to have to deal with. You get what I'm saying? So, I'm saying this like, let them young cats have that down there, and I'm gonna go up here with the big dogs, and I'm gonna let y'all make it to where we at. You get what I'm saying? Like,
if I told you though that he's going to college because it's so closely resembling NFL lifestyle now with the pay-for-play stuff, and I told you that we got guys roaming the sideline like Mike McDaniel wearing capri pants and like analytical guys. The NFL is not the tough man, gritty, nasty Bill Parcells, Bill Cowher league anymore. So maybe he's like, screw that soft league. I can't tell these $1 million prima donnas anything anyway. Let me go down here to these $100,000 cats and still be able to get through to them and teach them something. Do you see that possibility being there?
I mean, it could be, but you talking about cats that's coming from nothing and now they got hundreds of thousands. That's $1 million to them. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, so, I get it.
Imagine telling a young AD with money, right? Imagine telling him, or even Bruce, your boy Bruce from your team. What his name was, Bruce, kid with the dreads?
Bruce.
The one
Your
from
player,
Miami.
JB.
Bobby
Bruce.
Bobby Bruce.
Bobby Bruce.
Imagine giving him hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, and you think you're just gonna be able to tell Bobby what to do? Like, come on, man. Bobby Bruce what to do. Like, it's just not like I just think some stuff like, bro, is meant for certain people. Like Nick wasn't an NFL guy. He needed to be down here controlling this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Nick wasn't gonna report to anybody. You think he finna be checking in with Jerry Jones? Hell no. Think he finna be checking? No, that ain't Nick. It ain't. And he seen what it looked like, and he didn't like it. It wasn't fun for him. It was a business. He didn't like that, and so he enjoyed the process when
That's why he got, in my opinion, he got out now because it's a business more than it ever's been.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think the transfer portal make it even worse. Like it just. Like, kid just got offered millions of dollars, bro. How can you blame him? How can you blame a kid and say, hey, you finna get this for 4 years guaranteed, whether you make it to the NFL or not?
Come on now. That is the NFL.
Part
of the reason why I want to go NFL is, one, I love the games, cool. But also, I'm trying to change my life and my family.
But it's
life.
not the love of the game anymore. Yeah, it's not even the love of the game anymore.
That's
it's like,
true.
Bro, it's a job.
Cool. Exactly, though. Okay, cool. But even when we played, some guys didn't love the game. They just thinking about it from a business standpoint. Cool. Whatever your motivation is, that's cool. But my point is, you used to have to wait to NFL to get that money to change your life. Now you can change your life at the college level. So it's like, So
the problem is, though, it's a job. You're supposed to do your job, but we got guys opting out after being paid. That, to me, is not a professional that you claim to be. Finish the job.
They need contracts, JB. That's why I agree to that.
Doesn't matter. You still get paid.
Yeah, but I'm saying somebody's got, like, for example, like if you sign a 2-year, $2 million deal to go to Clemson, then okay, you need to be there for 2 years. After that point, if we're looking at it like a job, technically speaking, I can leave after 2 years. I don't have to finish the job. So to me, that's the part that needs to get changed. To me, if we're gonna go this route, I agree with Steve Kim wholeheartedly. Make it like NFL and make these players sign actual NIL, like literal contracts, like 2-year deals, 4-year, whatever the case may be.
You gotta put them on the same thing. You gotta do the
Well,
same
it's gonna be
thing.
hard because it's not the schools giving these NIL deals. It's these businesses giving these NIL deals. So you commit to your business because you got these elsewhere. You got Walmart in every motherfucking city.
Right.
Excuse my language.
Right.
But you I don't have to commit to if I can go get $8 million here and I ain't got listen, bro. Come on, man.
I get it. I'm not mad at the kid for taking the money. I'm just mad at the grown-ups in the room that's created this because you're never going to get it back. Look what's happening in high school recruiting. Look what's happening in JUCO football. That's the organic stage that Smitty was talking about earlier that's going to be lost. And when that organic part of the football world goes away, we're going to have fake people playing, meaning not very good players. So now what is the recruiting pickings going to be? It is not going to be very good. Like referees are already stopping the referee. We got a referee shortage nationally. I'm sure T-Rich sees that at the youth level and at the high school level. We got issues, man. I'm just telling you, they're not forward thinking this. I'm just telling you right now.
I'm curious to know, like, on average, like, how many high school recruits are teams like bringing in every year? Like, you know, I'm sure it varies between like lower level conferences. Like the MAC is probably bringing in a lot more high school guys than like the SEC or the Big T. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it varies between conferences, but I am curious though, like, how many high school recruits are still going? Because I know we had a big time defensive end from my high school who committed to LSU. So I'm like, okay, so like. I'm still seeing some big time high school guys get recruited. So I'm just wondering, like, is it as bad as what we're making it seem, or is it still like a balance of like, okay, we bring in X amount of transfer portals, X amount of freshmen, like real high school guys, and that's the balance. So I don't know. I don't have those metrics in front of me.
I think it's both though, because at the end of the day, you cannot not recruit high school, right? Because eventually it's gonna have to.
The portal will run out. To your point, the portal will literally run out at some point. Like there's no.
But at the same time, too, it's like, do I not recruit high school? I need to know your background. I need to know your parent. Like I need to know your lifestyle. Like I'm not just recruiting you. Like if I'm sending you $1 million, I'm putting $1 million in your hand. There and hey, what you come from? What you fighting for? Like what's your why?
Hey.
T-Rich. And that's me personally.
Yeah, no doubt. T-Rich, man, I know you're driving, man. Go enjoy. Who you got this weekend? Who you got Friday? The games start, the season starts, the playoffs start, I mean, and you know, it's gonna be a big weekend. Who you got going into you know, this Friday? Who you got in these bowl games? You got Clemson, you got Clemson, Texas on Saturday. And do you got Tennessee, Ohio State on Saturday? Out of those two games, who you got out of those? Tennessee, SEC beating Ohio State, and Texas, SEC beating Clemson.
Yeah, I mean, well, I know T-Rich is right. He's thinking, right? He's in deep thought. I'm gonna pick Texas and Ohio State. I got Texas and Ohio State winning those games. I'm a believer in Ohio State. I think Ohio State have a ton of pressure on Ryan Day and that team after losing to Michigan. He knows that it's like. It's do or die this year. Like his seat gonna be extremely hot if they don't make at least a deep run. I think they need to win it all, but they don't make at least a deep run. That seat's gonna be extremely hot. So I'm going Texas, Ohio State for my money, JB. But what about you, homie?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell T-Rich, be safe, don't trip on this shit. It's hard to get that.
It's hard out here for a pimp. But like I said, what about you, homie? Who you got?
Man, oh man, it's gonna be interesting. My gut tells me Tennessee's gonna pull it off and beat Ohio State. Yeah, and I think Texas beats Clemson as long as Ewers is not a turnover machine and can be accurate. That's just, I think that has to happen. I just think he has to be accurate. That's just my opinion.
Speaking of Clemson, Dabo Swinney actually just landed his first transfer portal commitment ever as Southeast Missouri State transfer wide receiver Tristan Smith has committed to Clemson. Sounds like, you know, huh?
That's crazy because that is SEMO, a good friend of mine, really good friend of mine is a head coach at SEMO. SEMO is a FCS school, Smitty. This is just how wild it is. Like you're gonna go to become DeAndre Hopkins, and nobody else knew who you were. You went to SEMO, and now you're at Clemson.
Dabo's a hell of a recruiter, like Bill Belichick. You'll find diamond in the rough. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying that's not, to me, that doesn't even correlate. To me, it just tells you what the portal has created, dog. It's anybody can go anywhere. That is why it's watered down. This is why you can win and Northern Illinois can beat Notre Dame. That just is what it is, homie. I don't understand why you guys don't understand.
It's not watered down. I'm watching the product. It's not watered down. Did you watch the conference game, homie, a week ago or 2 weeks ago?
Hold on. So explain to me then how a guy goes to fucking SEMO and now he's at Clemson. Explain to me how it's not watered down.
Because it could be late bloom. I've seen so many late bloom. I had a guy play with it. What's his name? Krayshawn Brewer. Krayshawn Brewer in high school went to Marion University. You probably haven't heard of Marion University. He was a super late bloomer. He had a crazy growth spurt late in his life to where he grew like 5 inches his senior year. Learned the position. I'm just giving you an example. My point being that sometimes it's different stories. Answer your question. There's no one answer to answer your question. There's different reasons. Some guys are late bloomers. They learn late. They have late growth spurt. They have whatever the case may be. Things happen.
How many late bloomers are there now? How many late bloomers are there now? When this is happening every day. How many late bloomers do we have? More than
grades. There's so I'm saying there's various factors of why guys go to small schools before they go to big schools.
Can I give you a history lesson? Can I give you a history lesson?
Jason. Yes, Jason.
Everything you just mentioned is true. You know where they used to go? JUCO.
Yeah, I know.
So you don't think that it's now watered down when everybody's in a portal and not going to JUCO to get developed? What do you mean? It makes no sense. You can't go bad grades and just eliminate and hop over JUCO and then go to SEMO and then now go to Clemson. Come on, homie. So the same guy at SEMO is the same quality of guy that Clemson's recruiting nationally?
Yeah.
So then it's not watered down.
That makes
zero sense. You make 0 sense.
Jason, I guarantee we look back at 2005, 2004, whatever, we can find some stories and players who went to small schools, Southeast Missouri State, and then end up being at Ohio State or whatever. These things happen, homie. Like, what are we talking about?
One story. You can find
multiple stories. Like, it happens all the time. We have this all
the
the time.
1,000 now.
Ball State had a running back who was at Ball State his whole career. And damn, why is he at Ball State? Goes to UCLA for 1 year. Now he's on the Chiefs making plays as a rookie. My point is, the guys get under recruited and over evaluated because they're too short or they're too skinny or too whatever. Like, I had a coach tell me if I was 3 inches taller, I'd be at Iowa. So like, I don't know. Like, you coaches don't get it right. How about that? That's the answer. You coaches who are super cocky and think you're the best recruiters in the world, sometimes y'all get it wrong. Y'all overlook certain players who have to go a different route before they go to the
I didn't want to kill you in this debate. I didn't want to murder you in this debate, but I'm going to have to
do it.
Just to give you guys some context. So what Smitty's saying is an anomaly. There are always those short guys, Aaron Donalds, Darnell Smiths, that could have went here by the coach if you would have went here. If you were 6 foot, you could have went to USC. I've been hearing that since the 80s.
It's a fact.
Understand why they told you that.
Why?
Because everybody was 6'8", 5-star at that level at that school. That's why you didn't get recruited, homie.
I hear you.
Guess what now, though? It's not 6'8", 5 stars because it is watered fucking down. You got a SEMO guy going to Clemson. That is the point that I am making with you. Now the Darnell Smiths at 5'11" can go to Pittsburgh because it is watered down. Before, you could not go to Iowa, Smitty. You would have got swallowed on the double team. Pause.
No, I wouldn't. I played Iowa, homie, made plays. I played Iowa, made plays. First of all,
Smitty, you played them once.
Made plays. Played 77 plays against Iowa, homie. Played 77 plays against Iowa, homie. Went down to the wire.
Smitty, do you understand playing Iowa once a year is not playing Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State every week? Do you get football, homie?
Jason, I played.
Do you understand that you have to take on the double team?
I played Virginia. I played IU. I played Iowa. I played these kids.
Once a year is not a conference.
What you think, homie? It ain't as good. It ain't what you think, homie.
Smitty, once a
these
year.
These bigger schools have depth. They have depth.
I don't get it.
That's the issue.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I played it, homie.
You can play them once a year, Smitty. NIL beat Notre Dame. I get it.
NIU beat the shit out of them, yeah.
You don't play them week in and week out, Smitty. Are you that hard-headed to not understand? You have to go against 6'8", 350 10 times a year?
There ain't no problem.
Come on, homie.
There ain't no problem. JB, just because you don't believe in me, don't believe I don't believe in me.
It's not you, Smitty. You're not understanding what I'm telling you. It's not about Darnell Smith. It's not about Aaron Donald and Darnell Smith being the one anomaly on a team that is outmatched by 90 scholarship guys that are 5-star, homie. You don't have the backup.
This guy, Richardson Smith, is the anomaly.
Homie.
You can't give me no more Southeast Missouri State transfers right now that went to a big school right now this year. Go. You can't, because this is the anomaly.
No, I can give you the Toledo guy who went to Bama and wrecked shop. I can give you the Akron guy who went to Michigan and wrecked shop. I can give you the South Carolina State guy who left and went to South Carolina and wrecked shop. Oh, but what do you want me to keep going on?
Been happening for years,
I don't
homie.
need Google, homie.
Khalil
I'm
Mack
a
was a.
fucking
I don't
I
need
know
Google.
all
My hands is up. My hands is up.
I can tell you about
Khalil
football.
Mack was a
It's
guy.
happening everywhere.
Khalil Mack got one
Smitty.
scholarship, homie. Went to Buffalo.
It's
With
happening
a top 5 pick. What are
everywhere.
we talking about, homie?
You can talk about one kid on one team. I'm talking about one
Corey
team.
Davis, Western Michigan wide receiver, was a first-round pick. Was the Western? What are we talking about, homie? I'm naming guys. I'm giving you names. I mean, I got to give my point is people get overlooked, and that's what it is. They get overlooked. Sometimes they transfer, they ball out at another level. That don't mean it's fucking watered down. It means these players got overlooked, under-recruited. They balled out, proved themselves at the lower level, and then they transferred to go to a bigger stage. That's been happening forever. It is that now players can transfer more easily because of the rules. Back in my day, the top players had to stay in the MAC because they didn't want to sit out a year, red shirt, and miss a season. So the Khalil Macks of the world had to stay at Buffalo. The Jonathan Newsom of the world had to stay at Ball State. These top tier, the Corey Davis of the world had to stay at Western Michigan because they didn't want to miss a year. Best believe if it was the transfer portal era, the Willie Sneeds, these guys would have left these small schools and went to bigger schools. They just didn't have the freedom to do so. Point being is because a guy like this in a small school transfer to a bigger school does not prove or give you some backing to say that the damn fucking NCAA and college football is now watered down, homie. Let's move to the last topic here, man. Texas Tech wide receiver Micah Hudson transferred to Texas A&M. And I believe Bailey has some more context to this. Bailey, why don't you hop on in here, please, Bailey, and give us some context of what's going on.
Yeah, let me hop in. That was a great debate by you guys before, by the way. But here's the next topic here. So this is a rumored, alleged NIL deal for now Texas Tech transfer wide receiver Micah Hudson. Obviously played against Colorado this season and other teams in the Big 12. Now, Hudson's stats for this season were 8 receptions, 123 yards, 0 touchdowns. He is a freshman, and he has now transferred from Texas Tech to Texas A&M, and now in the SEC.
I like that
So,
one.
fitting to your guys' current argument, I'll let you guys run with it.
Go back to
Man.
the original demands.
Yeah, put the other one back on there, Bailey, with the list. If this is accurate, it says $700,000 minimum wire up front for a 1-year deal to sign immediately. A separate NIL deal for 3 cars for family members to sign immediately. Personal driver with Cadillac SUV for Micah from spring practice through the end of the season. Family hotel and travel arrangements paid each game with up to 10 members to have travel. Tickets and costs paid for. Last but not least, medical injury time off and playing after injury determined only by Micah and his family.
You would defend it. Go ahead, defend him.
This motherfucker think he's Michael Jordan. This motherfucker think motherfucker's
Go
Brady.
defend him.
He's
Defend him.
motherfucker's the GOAT. I mean, listen, my only defend him, I can't do it. If the school is dumb enough, if the school is dumb enough to give you these things, who am I to say not to ask for it? If I told Jason, I said, Jason, I need $1 million wired to my account right now to continue doing this show. If you gonna pay me the money, then hell, why not? The reason
Now,
why
can I flip coin it?
Please flip coin it.
If I flip side coin this thing and I said, well, get fucked, and I tell every one of my boys who's a good old boy network in this business and say, you know what, this is what this motherfucker demanded or he wouldn't play. Mm-hmm. And I tell all my good old boys and he gets blackballed, what do you do then?
You know you can do it. He's blackballed. It's a wrap.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm just asking, like, do you go out on a limb? Is this how bad this has become? You go out on a limb. Now, we don't know. This is alleged. I don't know if this is true or not.
It could be fake.
Is this going to fucking be? Is this really the new age where I'm going to come and demand it? By the way, do you know what his stats were last year?
What were they, Jason?
Bailey, do you know his stats?
We're going to put them up and find out.
His stats you're asking for Micah Hudson's stats this past season?
Yes.
Yeah. His stats are on the screen. 8 receptions, 123 yards, no touchdowns.
Oh,
that's the whole year. That's not a game? That's not a game?
Past season.
That's not a game?
No.
Good stick. Can we do some skit comedy?
Let's do it right now.
You're the kid.
Okay.
Please
Okay,
stand,
coach. Hey,
please stand
coach.
up, please stand up and walk into my office.
All right.
All right, thanks, Lisa. Hey, can you bring in Michael Hudson? He just came in. He wants to talk about transferring over here. Thanks. Hey, son, how you doing? How you doing, son?
I'm doing good, coach. How you doing?
My name is Mike Elko. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Coach Elko.
Trust me as coach.
Got you, coach.
What's going on? What are you thinking?
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been traveling around and you know, I've had a few calls and some good visits. But I mean, if you want to get me immediately, these are my demands. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, simple.
I don't have your demand. What demand?
Oh, no problem at all. Here, let me just pull them out here, and I'll read them out here on this list. So, okay, so for starters, Coach, I need $700,000 minimum wired up front for a 1-year deal. If I can get that, I'll commit immediately.
Put some tequila in this. Say it again. Hold on. Wait. What? Excuse me, son. What did you say?
Yes, sir. Our coach. Sorry about that. So for starters, I just need a $700,000 minimum wire up front, and I will commit for 1 year, and I'll commit immediately if I get that. So that's number one.
Okay, 1 second. Can you give me a stat? Pulling up your stats here, son. Let me see here. You played all games? You played all 10 games last year?
Yeah, no, it was some weird. Some games I missed out. You know, coach did, politics, man. Coach didn't like me. They're paying some other kids some big money in front of me, so they had to play him.
Oh, son, you want $700,000 up front. I understand you had 8 catches.
Wired.
Yeah. But I want to get to what you had. You had 8 catches.
Big plays, though. I mean, with those 8 catches, I had over 123 yards, though.
120. So you want $100,000 a catch.
I guess if you look at it that way,
how
Coach.
many touchdowns did you score?
I was unable to get to the end zone because of the lack of playing time.
You want an SUV? I'm reading.
Let me continue. Yes, let me continue. A separate NIL deal for 3 cars for my family members, and I'll sign immediately. My mom needs a car, my brother, and then my father needs a car as well. Also, with that, if I get a personal driver, specifically with Cadillac, because that's kind of the brand I've always been accustomed to, a Cadillac SUV that can actually drive me personally from spring practice in March, late February, all the way through the end of the season. I just don't want to be around all the hype and all the fans, stuff like that, And then 2 more things. I'm sorry, Coach, not to cut you off respectfully, type shit. It's a family hotel and travel arrangements paid each game, please, for up to 10 members to have, travel, tickets, and costs paid for. And then last but not least, knock on wood, I get hurt. But if I do get hurt, I want medical injury time off, and I will play after the injury determined by me and my team. So, I don't want the team doctors to determine if I can come back or when I come back. It'll be determined by me. So that's really it. If you can do that, I'll play immediately, Coach.
Get this guy here.
Huh?
Get this fucking guy there. Get this fucking shitbird out of my fucking office. Get this fucking shitbird out of my office. Fucking shitting me with these fucking kids, man. Hey, Lisa, don't bring another shitbird in this fucking office. Holy shit. What has happened, Lord? What has happened to college football? He needs to go JUCO. He didn't even fucking play at Texas Tech. Holy shit. Let me call the head coach over at Texas Tech. See what the fuck is going on here. Smitty, I don't get it. There's no fucking way. I would never have let that kid get past the $700,000 demand. As soon as that came across my office, I'd have been like, get the fuck out of here. This is where we are, and this is the problem. This is what I've been telling everybody, man, to be scared of, because this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Just telling you, man, it's going to happen. I'm scared to see the future, man. I'm scared to see the future. God damn, what an unbelievable joke this is, man. Unbelievable.
A lot going on, man. A lot going on, but man,
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Incredible show, though, Jason. Man, we did a hell of a job, man.
Tell me that.
Good job leading. We had special guests. We got the next Heisman already on the show. Great kid, great head on the shoulder. Shout out to Coach Gio for just.
Yeah, I forgot all about that shit. We had a lot going on. I forgot all about it because you missed for an hour.
Him is in Saudi Arabia. I'm going to Saudi right now. Tease a piece for him. It's a long.
Man, I forgot all about all that shit.
Trent Richardson came on. No connection, of course. That happened. Me and you argued. Great debate a few minutes ago. We did.
I remember that. I remember that. The hour you missed on the show is what only thing I remember.
7 minutes because my computer issue malfunction. I have too much content and videos on my computer and my phone. I really need to like clean out all storage. It's tough because there's so much stuff that I need for work, all type of stuff.
You need a hard drive. I mean, external. It's called an
external drive. Yep, you right. Yeah, I think I got one here somewhere.
At Fox, they don't teach you about that.
Yeah, we had. I just got to take the time to do so. So I'll do that. Make sure I get that going. And the fans, they like my acting. The fans said that they like the shirt pull. It's funny. I didn't even look at the private chat to see that you said what you said. We just me and you were synced. I just saw it, but we were on the same page.
Well, you saw it. My production skills kicked in.
Afterwards, I saw it, but I was already doing that without even saying nothing, homie.
Too late,
like the shirt pull. Fans, be real. The shirt pull was crazy, wasn't it? The shirt pull was crazy. Keep it
crazy. Wasn't that
I'm
crazy?
better acting than you, homie.
I gotta go find a 7-quart mixer only by KitchenAid though. Specific, by the way, though. It wasn't. If you give me anything else, I don't want it. KitchenAid.
Yeah.
So I gotta find a KitchenAid one. Apparently, that's like the
top of the top.
Lamborghini, homie.
Just look online, homie, and just order it online.
Dog, I've been doing that. It's not like it's a common item out there.
Well, maybe Mom Dukes, maybe she got it wrong. Like maybe it's not even the such things what she's asking for in there. Because if you can't find it online, then it's probably not even there. It's not even like a thing then. It should be a quick Google
search. I see it out there, but
my
boat is in the shop still.
Lucy said get a pink one. Get a pink one for your mom.
Can't. She specifically wants milk white or white. Another thing.
Why she want white? I'm just kind of curious.
Because her kitchen's white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everything is white now.
You can't put black and white.
I mean,
you can, but it's usually a fat white, and then anyway, it's a different deal. But anyway,
you put white and black. But anyway, yeah, we'll have another conversation. Hey man, hell of a show. Make sure you go to the Slap Dick Coach JB store to get some merch. See the hoodie, the hat he got on. And man, we got a long week ahead. It's only Tuesday, man. Long week ahead.
Man, I feel like it's Friday, dog.
I know. I might take next 2 days off, man. Fuck. We'll figure it out. But
you exhaust me.
Oh
man. You fucking exhaust me.
No, for real. I'd be so tired at the end of the day, homie. I'd be exhausted. At the end of the day.
I remember I had to go work 20-hour days. I remember I did it for 30 years.
I'd be exhausted though, homie.
You've done it for 1 year. Welcome to 30 years coming. You still got 30 more years, homie.
I got 5 jobs, homie. You ain't paying me enough. I got 5 jobs.
You got 1 job. You got 5 hobbies.
All right. I mean, would you count this as a hobby?
Yeah, until we make real money. Yeah, and then 0 careers.
So I got Fox is my career.
Nah, it's a job because you don't want. It's like,
so I got JB show.
I say it's a job because if I gave you a better job, you would leave probably for it. Like all of us would.
Okay,
so I call it a job.
So Fox is my job or career, however way we want to see it.
Yeah.
JB show is a hobby.
It's a hobby waiting for a
next level thing,
okay. Could be a career. It could be a career, right?
I got 2510 show. I run their social. That's like a hobby or like a side job, what you gonna call it?
Yeah.
I got Godfrey, the Nigerian comedian. I run his socials. That's a side job, whatever, for money. I'm missing something. I said Godfrey, 2510, JB show, and then Fox.
And them photo shoot.
That's right. Yeah, that's still Fox. That's like whenever they need to fill in, they hit me up, and I gotta do what I gotta do. So really, it's 4 things. Is Fox is the main job, and I got 3 main hustles: JB show, 2510, Godfrey social, and that's like my main thing. I still do some stuff for like Sheldon's company on the side, but that's not like necessarily every day per se. But those are my things. So like every day though, real shit, every day. I got 4 things I have to focus on, literally, no matter what, every single day. So I'm not complaining, y'all. I'm just giving the young people some knowledge of like sometimes as a man you got to go out there and get it, because now I'm in a better financial position. I'm making more money than JB now, so So now I'm in like a good position now to where I have to do this. You know, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying 8, 9 o'clock at night, I'm exhausted now. My day's been full. So I mean, I'm still hitting the gym. You know,
Chris, we can't drop the Discord link. It doesn't work that way. You got to go to download the Discord app. If you're new to Discord, you got to download the Discord app in App Store, and then find find Slap Nation, and then or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah. He did a full breakdown, and said, "Fuck it, I give up. I don't know what it is." So, Uncle Bozy, stop putting my business out there. Everybody in the chat think I'm broke, and I want to keep it that way. Let's keep it that way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So,
You made $2 million, homie. We need to holler.
Yeah, hell of a show though, y'all. Man, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Chris, stop disagreeing with me. I saw your comments all chat long. Chris always comes in here and disagrees with everything I say. I've never seen Chris agree with me one time on this show.
Hey, by the way, you have to become a member of this show to get a Discord invitation.
And we go crazy.
That's no bullshit. That's no bullshit. That's how the Discord is linked. The Discord is linked to the YouTube channel, so you have to do that. So make sure you become a member right now, and then, like I said, we'll start the show off in members only tomorrow. If none of you guys become a member overnight.
And Jason, matter of fact, I'm in a Discord right now.
Don't call my name out like that.
How been here with me, Jason?
What?
For 5 minutes. Hop in the Discord for 5 minutes, and we go talk to members for 5 minutes. And we'll go from there.
They showing naked pictures or anything? Who is?
I don't want to put.
Oh, we're still on the show live, dog.
Yeah, I don't want to put their business out there.
Eddie, shut the fuck up. God damn, homie. Shut the fuck up. What does let co-host Coach JB mean? Are you Asian, motherfucker? Let co-host Coach JB. Holy fuck, homie.
Dang.
Oh.
Shout out to Everyone Hates Chris. He put a picture in the Discord of him watching us on this big flat screen mounted on his walls in the Discord.
Oh.
Everyone Hate Chris. He's one of our members. He took a picture of his big TV screen. He's at home, big TV screen mounted on the wall, 75-inch with me, you, and T-Rich on there. That's love.
Nice.
The Discord be popping, Jay, but you got to get in there, man.
I tried to go in there and there was like 27 channels, and I didn't.
You see that video, but the main one is general. The main one is general. That's what everybody.
I'm
the other side ones is whatever.
I'm trying to figure out who created all those channels. How did they get it? Who infiltrated it? I need to know how to get my show TikTok account because I have no idea what the password or login is or email or anything.
Well,
so
Jada Benz created the other channels.
But by the way, I have a TikTok Coach JB Show TikTok account that my former management team created, and I have not a clue. I just tag them, but I can't go over there and do anything with it. It's got like 20,000 followers. We're just wasting it. I don't even know how to do it. So I'm just trying to figure it out.
Call your video guy, homie.
Is Jada gonna teach like gawk lessons on the Discord?
She's already put up. She has a video in here for it's an 8-second video of her. You know what I mean?
8-second video of what?
I can't really say it out loud because I don't want to get like banned, but it's a video of her in the chat teaching some stuff.
Really?
Yeah, you missed out, homie. The chat been going crazy. You be missing out, homie.
Yeah. Quite busy.
Lucy put some stuff in there. Like
fuck, man. Smitty's whole setup is just shit, Bailey. This whole fucking shit setup.
I got a short in my
Bush League.
I got to put in my Blue Yeti. My setup look better than your setup now. Look at my screen. Look at your screen.
But the screen's crooked as fuck.
Look
at
my screen. Look at your screen.
Yeah, because I got a better camera. It zooms in on me.
That's stupid, though. My TV look better than your TV. The color is more bold, all that.
Look, time out. It's the backdrop. Then you got a white plaster wall at an apartment complex.
I'm not in a
totally
apartment
different backdrop, homie.
I'm in a condo, homie. Paid for.
Can we put a bar or something? I mean, goddamn. We do have the studio, Chris Hammy.
You've been at your house for 10 years, homie.
I bought it brand new in 19.
Exactly, homie. It's 25. So
it's 24.
I've been here for 1 year, homie.
I don't know about your math, homie. That's why you think college football is not watered down. You don't understand math.
I've been here for 1 year, homie.
I remember you left the other place. Over there on 26-4 Figueroa Avenue. But now it's crazy.
Shaun, put your address out there.
Nah, they got mine already.
Over there on Pasadena. Yeah.
Anyway, Shout out to everybody that came on the show. Pound that like, become a member today, and then head on over to BetUS today. Use my promo code CoachJB. I'm the greatest there ever was, ever will be. And shout out to anyone else that thinks they are good as me. No, you're not. I'm the shit, and that's why it smells around here. You smell it, Smitty?
Yeah, I smell that.
Because I'm the shit.
Stink, homie.
Shout out. We'll see you tomorrow. It's Workbook Wednesday. Load the show again tomorrow as we'll get Eye in the Sky Don't Lie. Got a bunch of new NFL films, Smitty.
I got to meet. I'm out. Peace.
Peace.